Hi everyone, it's Katie at TheAlabasterPear. It's been a while. Thanks so much for joining me. Today we have a new pick a card reading, Postcards from Spirit. So each pile is going to get a specific postcard, written letter message from Spirit, your guides, ancestors, angels. So actually I think all of these piles had 2 letters come out, so there's a lot that needs to be said. It's been a while. So anyway, feel free to just take a second to pick your pile. This is pile number 1 with the clear quartz, pile number 2 with the Himalayan rock salt, pile number 3 with the amethyst, and pile number 4 with the rose quartz shard. So if you're having trouble choosing, I would just encourage you to take a couple deep breaths. Really think about what you might want to ask or hear from your guides or spirit. And wow, I think that there might be a lot of anxious energy for my viewers here. This is a timeless message, so just take a couple deep breaths and feel free to just choose multiple piles or just one. If you don't feel drawn to any, this might not be your reading, but here we go. So we're going to start with pile 1. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the clear quartz crystal, then this is your reading. I'm just going to put that over there. All right. So we have 2 postcards and 2 messages from you. So the first message is to follow your heart, St. Francis, and take charge of the situation, Moses. So we're going to put those over here for now and see if there's additional guidance from the cards that we see later on. Yeah, but for now, I'm going to read the 2 letters that were called for you. So, dearest you, we here on the other side have one important thing to declare. Love is the answer to literally everything. We don't necessarily mean romantic or erotic love, although they are wonderful, but something above and beyond that. Everything alive in the world was first created by love. Spirit sends love to animate life and births it into existence. Love is without conditions, and it is based in reverence and a fierce and joyful respect for life. Love thrives when you focus on it, and we want you to turn away from anything that causes it to wane. Love is when you no longer see yourself as other, separate from, better, or less than, etc. When you act as love, you give permission to the world to thrive and grow as it will. Can you let go of what is not love and ask, what would love do? Love is waiting for you always and forever. We just adore you over here. So that's a really beautiful message. I have the chills. And then your second message is, dearest you, are you taking yourself and your problems too seriously? Maybe the fear of the future is weighing on you. We would like you to take a little break from all that and start having fun. When you stop fixating on what has been making you heavy-hearted, you stop. That's interesting. I'm like tripping up on my words a lot. There's a blockage here. So when you stop fixating on what has been making you heavy-hearted, we get a chance to move some magic in your direction. We just need you to let go a little. Spirit needs some room and gets very inspired by your laughter when you have fun. When was the last time you got really loose, silly, and goofy? Maybe you need to go dancing or watch some very funny comedy to make you laugh, or call the one friend you know who will remind you how ridiculous and delightfully giddy you can be. You will return refreshed and renewed and ready to once again see the world as less daunting, and you will be ready to receive in perfect timing the bounty that Spirit has for you. Don't you just love how much we care about you? That's a really beautiful message as well. It's really interesting energy. I feel super anxious. I don't know if you guys have been feeling really anxious about the present or the future, but whatever you're feeling anxious about, you need to own your power, take charge of that situation. It's just I think that you need to speak your truth. There's some sort of blockage. I was tripping up on my words a lot in one of those sentences. And whatever it is, I'm literally sitting here rubbing my chest, and St. Francis is over here doing the same thing. And so it's almost like there's something weighing on your heart. There's this pain. Everyone is going, everyone watching this pile, I feel like they're going through something right now. That's just weighing on them. And I think just surrendering, I'm looking at this picture of Moses, and he's just kind of looking up into the universe and surrendering. So just take charge of your own life and the situation, and just surrender and follow your heart to what you need to do. Okay, so I ordinarily would start by doing some tarot, but I'm very called to do some crystals to see if there are particular crystals that you might need to help with your feelings in this situation. Yeah, it comes right out. Find your calm. That's really funny. And like, what's fascinating to me is that like this storm right here, like whatever you're going through is not a calm situation. You need to find your calm. You need to like just take a couple deep breaths, like even right now, like yeah. And I can feel myself talking a lot faster, and it's almost like I can't take a breath. So I think that whatever you're going through it's a lot right now. And this clear quartz too, so you might have to clear your energy, whatever is causing you to feel that way. Just clear it out. You might need to do some sound healing, especially for your throat chakra or solar plexus chakra that's coming through. Let's see if we can get one more thing at the bottom. Loosen your grip. So yeah, maybe there's something you're clinging on to, Amazonite. Yeah, so just take that as it resonates, but hopefully that is a big clear sign that whatever you're going through, like there is a calm after the storm. Just try, like, loosen your grip could also be a sign similar to the letters over here, that like maybe you need to bring joy, laughter, playfulness, like something back in your life. You're just like in a place or a position where you just feel like everything has to be serious. You're taking your life really seriously. You're taking yourself really seriously. And you know, I've been there, I get it. But hopefully we can move forward towards something else. Okay. Spirit, are there any messages for pile 1? This is the timeless reading. Are there any messages that pile 1 needs to hear that go with the postcards from Spirit? Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, there's a lot that's wanting to come out. Okay, okay, that one. Balance. Yeah, so you need to find some balance in your life. So playfulness just popped in my head again. So it might just be something where you need to balance work and play. Maybe you're concentrating so much on your work and so much on the serious aspects of yourself that you're not leaving time to explore those fun parts, and it's causing you to feel this stress and anxiety that, you know, and what's going to clear your heart of that is really finding those things that make you happy. Gemini, so you could be a Gemini, you could be experiencing kind of like hot and cold feelings about something. Maybe you're okay with something one minute and then the next minute you're not. But yeah, there's a lot of Gemini energy in this. Even the scales here, ordinarily I wouldn't say that that's Gemini, but there's just a lot of hot and cold of this and that. Like even these cards, it's like very hot and cold. Midhaven Pinnacle. And we've got Saturn, structure, Jupiter, abundance, and dignified strength. Okay, so I'm going to see if any... Okay, and then back of the deck energy, South Node past. So maybe you're focusing on the past, and maybe some people are kind of stuck in the past and they need something to move forward. Like in order to climb up this ladder, you need to come into your strength and your power and your sense of balance, and that's how you'll get to this abundance. And perhaps it's funny, maybe you need more structure, or maybe you're too structured. Take that how it resonates, but it could be something where you're sort of on either extreme. You're either way too structured or you have no structure, and that's where the Gemini energy is coming in. So let's get some further messages. Spirit, ancestors, guides. What does pile 1 need to hear? What do they need to know? What are additional messages that need to come through regarding what they're facing at this time? Wow, there's just so much stressful energy. The Chariot. Okay, that wanted to pop right out. Let's see, are there any other messages that need to come through for right now? Just one. Okay, just one. Queen of Fire, intelligent, exuberant, and determined. And ego. Okay. Illusion, dependency, and materialism. And awakening. Pause, perspective, and selflessness. All right. So first we have the Chariot, and there's a lot of beautiful energy coming from this card. Again, like a lot of Gemini energy coming in. We've got the two horses. It's almost like you're being pulled in two separate directions. You're not sure, like possibly not sure where to go from here. You know, one horse wants to go to the right, the other one wants to go to the left. And as you can see, this woman is just kind of surrendering to it all. It's just kind of like, oh, I'm just gonna let what happens. And maybe that's the mindset you need to go in, is that like, it's something where you need to loosen your grip on what's happening, but maybe it's also something like, if this is also coming in with take charge of the situation and follow your heart. So maybe you are surrendering a little bit too much, and you need to really take charge of your own life, and you're just kind of letting things happen to you. And in letting things happen to you, you're sort of having this back and forth between yourself, this Gemini energy, where you just don't know what to do or where to go. But with the Queen of Fire and this wand energy, it could be something where, you know, if you just sit down and you take this structure and you really think about what you need to do, and you feel determined in like the course that you need to take, then it could be something where you are like able to figure out what you need to do. This awakening, pause, perspective, selflessness, it could really be something where you aren't taking enough time for yourself. Again, there isn't this balance here. It's almost like you're feeling sort of stuck in where you are, but you just need to follow your heart and take charge. This is a time where you need to be pausing, like taking a break, really reflecting on what you want to do and where you want to go, and bringing in some fun into that. Like, you know, it might be something where you feel like you're falling fast, but really you should enjoy the ride, you know, similar to here, like just enjoy the ride, and what will be will be. But maybe you're stuck in your ego right now. It's like somebody could be leading the way for you, and you're just not wanting to see that. And it's interesting because the words are illusion, dependency, and materialism. But what I'm getting from this is that there's somebody holding a key out for you that's like, here, let me help you. And you're too stubborn. You're like, I'm not leaving the cage. Like, you're this bird that's like, nope, this is where I want to be at. And the sort of like the solution is right here. You know, someone is saying like, hey, this is what you've got to do. These are the steps you need to take. Like, just like, here, I'll lead the way. I'll even open the cage for you. You just need to just fly on out, and you're stuck in this ego place where it's like, I'll do it in my own time. So, you know, that's okay too, but just, I would say, oh yeah, there's, sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but there's some guide here that basically was like, oh yeah, like they're too hyper independent. Like if somebody tells them to do something, they're not going to do it just because of their ego. Like they need to decide it on their own. So just like take help. If somebody's offering you help, say thank you and accept the help. Like don't be in a mindset of constantly needing to do everything on your own. It's okay to be independent, but just remember that like it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to receive help too. Yes. Yeah, it's funny because the back of the deck energy is Four of Earth, so frugalness, extravagance, and control. So like, yeah, you want to be in control of the situation. There's some sort of like structure that's happening, and you're kind of looking at someone or something that it's just sort of like, ugh, you know, like, oh, I have to do this, and just kind of like in this place of possibly being like irritated at current circumstances, or just being sort of fed up. It might be something where you need to take more time for self-care. I'm seeing that too. And then of course there's just fours all over this card. So 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Those angel numbers might be something meaningful to you, so you might want to look that up at some point as well. All right, let's see if there are any other tarot messages that want to come through. Yeah, this is Oracle. Oh, Wandering Path. That's beautiful. So enjoy the journey. Yeah, so again, it seems like there's a real theme to this, in that like there is some journey that you're currently on, and there's a lot of different paths that you could go down, but you really need to follow your heart. Here's some, I see more 4s on this card, which is strange because as I look at it, there aren't any there, but I just read 444. So please look that up. That is a sign. Possibly there are messages in the 4th pile for you as well, if you were drawn to that, only if you were called to. But yeah, enjoy that ride, enjoy that journey. Know that it's coming fast. Like the Chariot is not a slow moving card. There's a lot of like fast moving energy here. So just know that like whatever energy that you're in, you're going to be moving past it soon. So if you've been feeling stuck, if you're like, over here, you might be going through some sort of awakening. You might be going through some sort of change very, very soon, and it's going to happen fast. And just know that like it's going to be okay. Well, yeah, voyage is just, maybe some of you are traveling a lot right now. Maybe you're about to move. Maybe you're about to transition roles or jobs. Maybe some sort of new relationship. It's really just a lot of like moving energy. Voyage of the heart, love throws through you and to you. That's a really beautiful message. Yeah, and traveling lightly, simplify your life. Yes, oh my gosh, I'm getting really almost choked up here. So I don't know if this is an emotional message that maybe you need to walk away from something, or you have walked away from something, or you're in the process of doing so. And you're just trying to find your way. You're decluttering. You're trying to live a modest life, a simple life. And I think that you're headed in the right direction. Like it's a little bit cloudier over here in this path, but see, he's headed toward some really white and bright light, some happiness. So I would say just continue on with following your heart, taking charge of the situation, just trusting yourself and knowing that everything is a journey and there are going to be twists and turns. You can see that here, but that doesn't mean that there aren't lessons to be learned and there isn't beauty along the entire path. So if it feels like you're wandering and you're lost, there are lessons there. And, just remember that you can be playful and you can have fun, and that will help you on your journey. So let's see any other tarot messages. At this point it feels redundant because it just seems like everything that you need to know is all about moving, and everything, it's just like Spirit's just saying like you're on a journey and you got to embrace it. And that's a hard thing to hear when you're going through it. But just knowing that like if you are going through some sort of a storm, it'll pass. If you're about to go through that, you'll get through it and you'll come out stronger on the other side. So let's see. All right. So we have 7 of Fire, defend your beliefs and decisions, stand your ground, choose your battles wisely. So it might be something where you have made a decision or you want to make a decision, but you are concerned. Oh, 1 second. Hello? Hi, sweet girl. What are you doing, honey? Sister's sleeping, girl. I love you. 1 second. It's okay. I love you very much. She was just knocking on my door. I love you. You okay? You seem very tired. It's like, oh, you're getting in here for it. It's wet?
Your bed's wet because you
You want Daddy to help? Yeah. Okay.
You want to keep sleeping? No. Okay, if you're out in sleep, you're going to put your double away.
Am I good? All right, I'm back. So we have 7 of fire, defend your beliefs and decisions, stand your ground, choose your battles wisely. So it might be that somebody is coming in and they see that you're changing your plans. They see that you are headed in a new direction, and they're not as supportive as you'd like them to be. It might be something where you're in a position or about to be in a position where you have to defend your beliefs and decisions. There could be somebody in particular, or maybe, now I'm seeing a bunch of wands down here. So it could be something where you're really feeling like you have to defend yourself. There might be multiple people, either in your family or your job, who aren't supporting your next steps, but you really need to defend your own decisions and follow your heart here, take charge of that situation. Like, notice how they're like really low down here. So it's like, whatever you have decided to do, you've made up your mind and nothing's stopping you. You know, you have wings on this dragon. You're going to fly right by these people. You know, there's nothing that's holding you back. So if it feels like there is, just know that it's going to be okay. Just choose your battles wisely, and know that you don't have to share your plans with everybody. It is not everybody's business what your plans are, what you're doing. Like, you know, they'll find out after the fact. And I don't mean that for everybody, but if you are fearful that somebody is not going to be supportive of your decisions, or you're going to have to defend yourself, you can either choose to stand your ground, or you can choose your battle, and you can just sort of agree with them and sort of, you know, trying to find the nice way to put it, but essentially just say, okay, sure, whatever, and then move forward and do whatever you feel is best for you. Sounds rude, but sometimes that's the best way to avoid an argument with somebody who is never going to see your side of things. 9 of air, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. Okay, so maybe like whatever this journey is, whatever this decision is, you're losing sleep over it. I see like everyone else in this, like if you're this unicorn right here, it's like, oh God, just wish I could make a decision. I wish I could, you know, feel this, but you're just in your head about it, and everybody else around you is asleep. They're just comfortable. They're, you know, kind of sleeping through all of this worry, all of this anxiety that you're having. But just so you know, the more you think about those negative things, the more likely they are to be self-fulfilling prophecies. So think the positive. Whenever you feel something negative or think something negative, choose to think on the positive side. The star, happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans on the right path. Yeah, so it's literally, I feel like these came out at the same time, so they go hand in hand. It's the same thing. Like, instead of having a self-fulfilling prophecy that is expecting the worst, make those positive, optimistic, long-term plans, and then you'll be on the right path. You'll have those happy times, and you'll feel better. Another card right here that's showing the need for balance. So really, like, come into balance with your life, with yourself. Maybe even take some walks in nature, and that could clear your head and help you find your path if you're still wondering. 8 of earth. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic, going back to school. Okay, so it could be something where you need to study more to gain the skill that you need to, or maybe your skilled work currently isn't being rewarded and you're going to a place where you think that it will be appreciated and rewarded more. It could be something where you just need to study more in order to master the skill, or it could be something where you're going back to school, you're currently in school. It doesn't necessarily mean full-time. It could, if you're in a job right now, it could be something where you're doing some learning on the side for your own benefit. It looks like it's a lot of learning though, so be patient with yourself, because there's a big stack of books here, and learning and mastering a skill doesn't come overnight. So just know that as long as you keep your goal in mind and stay optimistic. Ooh, okay. I just got a message that like maybe you're sort of in the weeds. You don't know where to start. You're just trying to find a different path. That's a very specific message for someone. So if it doesn't resonate, leave it. But yeah. All right. If this is you, leave a comment and I can pull a few cards separately for you. That sounds silly, but seriously. Okay. Okay. And then bottom of the deck energy, and I felt called to look, but I don't know why, because I wasn't going to include it, but fear surrounding money. So the wisdom to accept help from others, and uncertain self-employment. So maybe people are thinking about retirement. Just popped in my head. So maybe if that's close close by for you, then maybe that's something that's been on your mind. If it's not close by, maybe you're just fearful of like, how will I ever retire? You know, with the rate I'm going, or with like what I'm doing, or if you're thinking about a job shift, those type of fears surrounding money could be popping up in your mind. But I'd say that just, again, follow your heart, listen to your heart, and release those fears. You can actually release fears to angels, so it can be something where you can pray to your angels and ask them to release those fears from you. And I would highly encourage you to do that, especially if you're having sleepless nights because of those fears. All right, and let's see. All right, so this pile just seems like it needs a lot of self-care. So we're gonna do some self-care cards. Look at that. Spirit's like, here, take all these self-care cards. No. What does pile 1 need to do to take care of themselves during this time? This is a timeless reading. What do they need to do to help with these anxieties, these fears, this journey? Spend time with animals. That's a really interesting one, because animals, it could even just be in nature. So if you aren't an animal person, or you're, because I just got that message, somebody just saw that and they're like, I don't like animals. If you love animals, great, spend time with your animals. If you don't love animals and you looked at that and you were like, I don't like animals, what the heck, then it could just be a confirmation that taking some walks in nature could be really helpful. You know, animals, see here, there's just like some birds nearby, and you know, some squirrels and a butterfly. Like, it doesn't mean that you have to go and, you know, spend time with a cat or a dog. Although I do feel like there are a couple of people that love animals, and they're specifically their dogs in this pile. But regardless, sorry, this is tangential, but if it's you that doesn't like spending time with animals and you're like, what the heck? Plan a vacation. Oh my goodness. So there's so much travel in this pile anyway, so that's really fascinating. But it could be something where you have been really overworked, and this is sort of that where that balance comes back in too, where it's like you need to bring playfulness to your life. You've been focused so much on work, or so much on, you know, whatever it is that's not playful and not fun. Maybe planning a vacation is something that could help that. And just so you know, like, you can plan a vacation that you don't intend to go on. I hope that you can go on it, but sometimes planning a vacation and knowing you'll take it however many years in the future, like, that can be really fun too, and it can be a great outlet when you're feeling like that. Clear your energy field. Yeah, this pile definitely needs that. I felt super anxious. Even flipping some of these over, there's really weird energy. So it's just like wired energy, which might be causing some of the sleepless nights. And if you find that you used to be someone who could fall asleep really easily and now you're not, clearing your energy can be so helpful. You can do that with sage, Palo Santo. If you don't like the smell of smoke, or you can't use it because you're in an apartment or something, there is sage spray that you can buy. I personally really love sound healing, so you could get a Tibetan sound bowl and clear your energy in that way. Or you could also even just do like a chakra clearing meditation online. There's a lot of different options. Yeah, watch a movie. So if it's something where, you know, you don't have time to do a lot of things, like, just set an hour or two aside for yourself. Like, curl up with your animal if you have one, or, you know, a cup of coffee or whatever you really enjoy, and just like watch something that makes your soul happy. And this is a really like odd and kind of silly thing to say, but this is one of the only cards that I've noticed their eyes are like the person in the card's eyes are upturned. And in Chinese facial reading, upturned eyes means happiness. It means the person's happy. So if you're feeling down, I would say that's when you should watch a movie. If you're feeling like, God, this day has been really rough, find a movie, maybe a comedy or a romantic comedy particularly came to mind, but whatever makes you happy, like, that's what will bring you some happiness and some calm. And then connect with crystals. So maybe choosing some of those crystals. I think the clear quartz that we chose for this pile is really fitting as well. So yeah, and connect with earth is back of the deck energy. So just take a walk in nature. Look at, there's crystals all around, clear quartz crystals. Yeah. Oh, what a sign. That's so funny. But yeah, really take a look at what you need to do for yourself. Maybe doing a crystal grid just came to mind. So like go on YouTube, look at crystal grids, take a class on crystal grids, like just really use crystals to manifest. And if that's something that's a little too woo-woo, like that's fine. But I think it would really help you to even just purchase a clear quartz crystal, carry it around in your pocket. I mean, that could really be helpful. Okay, so some like healing and attraction cards. I can practice my story of physical well-being. I can choose in every moment of a better feeling story. So again, like these are bringing in that optimistic side. So like you can choose this darkness or you can choose this light, and it's your decision. But you know, if you're trying to feel better and you're trying to get past what, you know, what you are feeling right now, I'm almost like in a sense of calm even thinking of this, like, yeah. So as soon as you start choosing the more optimistic outcome, you're going to feel so much better. Like I can't even describe to you the sense of calm that just came over me. That's really amazing. So and I just heard that you need to hydrate more. That can also affect, like when you are dehydrated, your muscles and your body tenses up a lot, and that can, like when your body is tense, your mind can be tense. Everything is interconnected. So, you know, you just need to make sure you're hydrated. Sorry, I'm going to drink water because I feel really thirsty all of a sudden. Okay. Under all conditions, you have the power to find thoughts that feel slightly better or slightly worse. And when you consistently choose slightly better, the law of attraction will bring steady improvement to your experience. The key to achieving and maintaining a physical state of well-being is to notice the indicators of discord in the early stages. It is much easier to refocus your thoughts in the early subtle stages than after the law of attraction has responded to chronic negative thoughts, bringing bigger negative results. Yeah, so what I get from this too is just kind of like taking baby steps. So I think the first thing, one of the best things that you really could do is that when you notice negative self-talk in your head, notice it. Like notice it, say like, oh, like, I'm so stupid. Like when you hear yourself say that in your head or out loud, change the narrative. You know, like you don't have to have those thoughts about you, and you're not stupid. One of the saddest things is being your own biggest critic and not your biggest supporter. Like when you hear that, like, would you ever say that to somebody else? Would you ever think that someone saying that to you is kind? Like, you know, be kind to yourself. Like you have to live with you for the rest of your life. Choose kindness toward you. And then the media's medical commercials are a powerful source of negative influence because you get what you think about whatever, whether you want it or not. It is of great value for you to begin practicing your own story about your well-being, so that when that frightening story appears on television, you can hear their version and feel humor about it rather than fear. Remember, to create anything, you have only to give a thought to it and then expect it, and it is. Okay, so maybe some people are watching too much news, just came into my mind. So take that as it resonates. But like if you're somebody who like watches the news every single day, or it's constantly, COVID is something that like just popped in my mind as well. Like if you're really taking whatever the media says, or really just taking everything, you know, you hear at face value, I'd say don't. And just remember, like when you give thought to something, you give power to it. So when you're viewing things in the media or elsewhere, or listening to other people, you're giving those things power. So just choose wisely what you give your power to, and just know, like, follow your heart and know what makes sense for you, and try to not be fear-based in your decisions. Let's see. And for whatever reason, I felt very called to grab Louise Hay's Mirror Work book. So I'm just going to flip to a page and I'm going to read it, and we'll see what happens here. But for whatever reason, I felt like that and this, and then I just saw the number 121 in my mind. So one second, I'm going to flip to that one too. Oh, that's interesting. It just says week 3. I have no idea what that could possibly mean for you. comment below if that means anything to you. That's really fascinating to me. Like, this is, as you can see, like a full book. That is one of the only pages that has only one message on it. So I'm fascinated to know what week 3 means. If that means anything to you, let me know, but I'm not going to make any assumptions here. And then the powers within you. So like, that's really what I'm getting from this. So there is abundance in the universe. You need to thank your life and like be appreciative of your life. So let's affirm, life supplies all my needs in great abundance. I trust life. So that could be a positive affirmation that you need to use when you're feeling anxious, is that life supplies all my needs in great abundance. I trust life. And there are 2 different exercises for mirroring exercises on this page. So I'll just read through those really quickly in case you're interested. But today your mirror work is going to focus on receiving your prosperity. Stand up with your arms outstretched and say, I am open and receptive to all good. Now look into the mirror and say it again. I am open and receptive to all good. Let the words flow from your heart. I am open and receptive to all good. Repeat this affirmation 10 more times, then notice how you feel. Do you feel liberated? Do this exercise every morning until the end of your mirror work course. So maybe that's something where you need to do it for 3 weeks. Maybe that's what week 3 was supposed to mean. And it's supposed to be a great way to increase your prosperity consciousness. And then the second exercise that you can do, and this is interesting because it's about fears based in money. So what are your beliefs about money? Go back to the mirror, look into your eyes and say, my biggest fear about money is, and then fill in the blank regarding your fear. Write down your answer and why you feel this way. So what did you learn about money as a child? How are finances handled in your family? How do you handle money now? Write your thoughts down, and do you see any patterns? And the word structure from this Saturn card just returned to my mind. So maybe some people here need to be more structured with their finances, and that could help. But do some journaling to shift yourself into prosperity thinking. Write down what it would be like to have all the things you have always wanted. What would they be? What would your life look like then? Where would you travel? What would you do? Feel it, enjoy it, be creative, and have fun. So, for some reason, the plan your trip or plan a vacation just came to mind. So maybe you could imagine having all the money in the world. Like, where would you go? What would you do? So that's a really cool message. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm gonna do 2 more, just kind of hopefully uplifting cards. Just quick messages from the universe to finish out this reading. Oh my God. Okay. Release is on the back. So you have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. So yeah, like release those fears, release those anxieties. Like, oh my gosh, like even just moving through this reading, I already feel like the tension has lifted. It's almost like someone needed to hear that it was going to be okay, that they're on this journey, but that they just need to release something. It was almost like someone released even during this reading, because all of the anxiety and the fear that I was feeling, it's dissipated. And I don't know why, but good for you. I hope that it has. I hope that this reading has helped. Vision, no matter what you see, the bigger picture of a loving, just universe. So I don't know why I read it that way. Such a weird intonation. No matter what, you see the bigger picture of a loving, just universe. I don't know. I feel like maybe someone is in like a really negative mindset right now. Life isn't fair just came to mind. So if that resonates, like just try to change your mindset. Like good things are coming. Sometimes we just have to be patient, and that really sucks, but loyalty, your reliability demonstrates your loving sense of devotion and consistency of being. Unity, you understand that the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. And that really goes back to this original postcard message just about love and how everything is love and that we should be love. So instead of fear, choose love. If there's a situation that is causing you fear, anxiety, stress, irritation, negativity, like choose love. it's really hard sometimes, but I think that that will help. And then patience, you're able to let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm. Yeah, so just like have patience with the outcome of the situation. It will move at its own pace for everybody, but sometimes just knowing that the storm is going to pass or that things will get better can be such a blessing. And then we'll just get one more from these. And are there any other messages? There we go. All right. Be true to yourself. So I think that this really goes back to that Seven of Wands message, that people are going to try to redirect you. They're going to say their opinions about what you need to do, what you should be doing, whatever it is. At the end of the day, follow your heart. Be true to yourself. You're the only one who has to live your life. You may not ever understand what's going on in their life, but you can always figure out what's going on in yours. Tally-ho, the universe. Yeah, so I just got the chills. I mean, it's really something where you might not understand other people's circumstances, but you can understand yours. You can figure out yours. And just remember that they don't understand your circumstances either. So choose love. If somebody is negative about, you know, the process of the way that you need to move forward or your life decisions or whatever it is, a lot of times that's just coming from their own fear and their own projection based on their personal experiences. They're not trying to rain on your parade. They're not trying to bring you down. Some people are, so like be careful of those energies, but a lot of times people, you know, just want you around or just have their own thoughts and fears that they're projecting. And so just know that you know what's going on in your life. You know what's best for you. You need to follow your own heart. You can listen to them, take it with a grain of salt. Know that only you know your life. And instead of responding to them in frustration, you can respond with love, and that will help everybody in the situation. So just choose love is what I'm hearing. Hubba hubba. You know that dreamy look of deep, soulful love you've sometimes seen in the eyes of another as they gazed into yours. Expect a lot more of it. Woo, the universe. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of blushing over this card a little bit. So somebody might have their eye on you. Maybe you're about to step into a new relationship, or the relationship that you're in is going to have some steamy moments soon or something, but somebody thinks that you're beautiful. And most likely a lot of people think that you're beautiful, and just know that you are inside and out. And this is just so cute. Hubba hubba. Just know that you're beautiful, and when you choose love, you know, that love reflects onto you as well. Yeah, you know what to do. In all battles of the heart over the mind, go with your heart, because truly it's a lot easier for your mind to catch up with your heart than for your heart to catch up with your mind, a whole lot. Not that I don't love your mind, the universe. Yeah, so follow your heart. You know what to do. Only you know what to do. Other people can comment all they want on it, but they don't know. They don't know you. They don't know you like you do. I just heard that country song in my head. She don't know him like I do. Yeah, you might want to listen to the lyrics for that. I don't remember who. That girl's my best friend. I don't know who that's coming through for. Okay, anyway. Okay, pile one. That was a lot. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know if this reading resonated, if you had that one card that I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but let me know. And I can pull a couple extra cards for you. It's a really fascinating reading, but I just want to know, like, where are you guys headed? What are you doing? Like, tell me what's going on with your life. Anyway, thank you. Bye. Hi, pile two. If you chose the Himalayan salt, then this is your reading. All right, so we have 2 messages from the Angel Oracle book and deck. And I don't know, I'm feeling like really silly all of a sudden, so maybe this is kind of like a silly card. It says stay focused. That's really funny. So maybe, I don't know, maybe people have been having trouble focusing lately. I feel really giddy and like really silly. So I'm interested to see like how that comes out in the reading. And then yoga. So maybe yoga would be something that would be helpful for you at this time. So we'll see how those resonate as we go. I feel really like giggly right now, so I'm very interested to see like why. Because the last pile made me feel super anxious, so it's a nice shift in energy, but it's kind of strange. Okay. Whew, dearest you, do you know how much we love you and want to help you? We are here for you, and we hear you ask for guidance, but you must let go and let us help you. You don't have to do it all. You've done your part, now let us do ours. You would be awestruck if you knew how many strings were pulled through the matrix to give you what you need and desire. Spirit has a plan, and when you sign up to be a co-creator, you need to remember to allow the partnership. It's not one-sided. Your desires and plans meet up with those of Spirit. Remember though, Spirit's timetable and ideas of how things will play out may be quite different from yours. Trust us, Spirit's ideas are amazing. Now let go and let us do the magic. Pay attention to other areas of your life, and before you know it, a miracle will have taken place. We love you so much. And what's really interesting about this card especially is that when I was shuffling for it, I must have seen it 4 or 5 times, and I thought like, oh, that one's going to come out for this pile. And I thought, no. And it did. It flew out of the deck. But I saw this, we love you so much, like every single turn that I was shuffling. So somebody, and I feel like it's an ancestor, somebody wants you to know that you are very, very loved, but it could just be someone who has just passed. You know, take that as it resonates, but somebody wants you to know that you are so loved. On the other side. So it's a really special message here. And let's read the second one to see. Dear you, if you allow your awareness to settle in, you will hear us whispering sweetness and encouragement to you. You will know the truth of things that cannot be discerned through the material world. The receiver for this kind of essential knowing is your intuition, which is not your sixth sense, but the primary navigational system of your soul. You are entering the age of consciousness. It's time to accept that the paranormal is normal. Human beings are multisensory, multidimensional beings. Spirit infuses all things, and your soul's job is to discover those essential truths here on Earth, where we all agreed to play. Today, trust your spidey sense, read between the lines, tune into the stories behind the stories, and your world will show you miracles. Fear not, for we are right here and Spirit loves you. Trust the invisible. So I'm kind of getting chills. Like maybe some people, and again, like take it how it feels. Like if it's for you, you'll know. But maybe some people have been getting a lot of signs from the universe lately, and you're kind of like, oh, is that happening right now? Like, am I hearing things? Am I seeing things? You know, like maybe there are some things that have been happening to you that don't really have any sort of explanation, and it's really the first time that you're open to those, or that you're experiencing those, or maybe they're more heightened for people who do have them happening lately, or maybe it's something that you don't even realize it's happening around you. You know, like you notice a light flickering and you just think it's flickering, but it's really like somebody trying to send a sign, or you know, or like you've been seeing a lot of feathers around, or a lot of dimes and pennies, and like somebody's trying to get your attention, something's trying to get your attention. Whether or not you're aware of that, I don't know, but it might just be an ancestor saying like, I love you, you know, we love you so much. And it's funny because like in this card, it actually said, we love you so much. And it said the same thing in here. So it's like, it's almost like it wanted me to reiterate it again. Like somebody's like, I love you so much. Like they really want you to know. Anyway, moving on. Oh, and I just realized I forgot to do charms in the last pile. So anyway, I'll try to remember that this time around. But if not, then I guess there's a reason for everything. So I'm going to start with this. So Spirit, what does pile 2 need to know at this time? What are some things that pile 2 needs to know? This is the timeless reading. Spirit, ancestors, guides, angels. Oh, here we go. Oh, all right. Are there any other messages? Are you feeling bored, pile 2? Are you feeling bored? I'm still feeling like silly with this pile. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, okay. This is interesting. We're getting a lot of the same cards from pile 1. So I don't know if there are some people who chose multiple piles here and if they're going to have the same messages. But that's one thing that I find that's really fascinating about... Ooh, that's too much. Spirit, be more specific, please. Give me some more specific messages, please. Not so many. Not so many. These two? And this one too? You seriously? Okay. Sorry. I just said sorry. Maybe some people are chronic apologizers, so like be careful about that. It sounds really silly to say, but seriously. 3 of Fire, so goals, expansion, and vision. Okay, so we've got the 4 of Wands, distraction, self-absorption, and discontentment. So, why did I say 4 of Wands? That's really interesting. So maybe you have something going on with your home life that we'll look into that further. That's really weird. 4 of Water. So 4 of Water is typically sort of like a boredom card. This one seems like, I think it's stay focused. So it like is coming back into play here. So it's like you've got a bunch of different options and all of them are just kind of boring you, and it's like you got one that you're trying to focus on, but really you're, I don't know why I'm so like silly and giddy right now, but it's sort of like you're getting so distracted, and it's this distraction. It's saying stay focused. It's like somebody's saying like you got to focus on this cup, and you're like, I don't know though, like look how pretty these ones are. Like me, I'm not trying to be like this, but maybe someone has ADHD. You know, they're just distracted, and that's okay. It's just saying like, hey, you know, if you stay focused on this, then maybe this like other beautiful thing will come in, but only if you stay focused. I'm still laughing, but maybe yoga is supposed to help you focus. Maybe yoga is something that is going to help you come into this place that you need to be. Yeah. I'm still getting this like silly energy. This girl's like looking, she's just kind of smiling like, she's hanging out. So yeah, exuberant is the word that's coming to mind. So this pile, either you are having a lot of fun or you're supposed to start having more fun, but oh man, it's kind of making me laugh here. So goals, expansion, vision. So it's almost like you have same thing. I've seen a lot of like the 3s here. So maybe you have like 3 particular goals in mind, but like you just don't know which one to focus on. You have a lot of interest, but you don't know like where to go. Yeah, it's a really interesting energy. Yeah, so the ego, so illusion, dependency, and materialism. So that could be a sign for somebody like maybe you're too much in your ego mode and you need to have some more balance there. There might be more that comes out for that. Queen of Air, brilliant, experienced, and humorous. Yeah, so this like again, like I think that this pile like it's just got a lot of people who have a great sense of humor and who are really exuberant and full of life. And it's funny because even though you can be like sharp with your words, you're still coming off as very likable and very like funny and almost like regal was the word that just came in. So it could be that you're very much like in your, like there's a lot of crown chakra energy going on here. There's a lot of like purple that's really standing out to me. So that could mean something to someone as well. Renewal, reflection, self-evaluation, and rebirth. And then 6 of Fire, success, recognition, and self-esteem. Yeah, so maybe you're like coming into your own. These cards really remind me of one another with the imagery. So could be something where you're really celebrating some sort of a victory here. Like there have been maybe like haters. That word just like came into my head. So maybe there have been like a lot of haters lately, and you're just like owning your power. You're having fun. You got a big smile on your face. It's just like a lot of really positive energy, and you're coming out stronger and on top, it just said. So it's like you're on top of a mountain here. Like there's it's just a lot of positive energy, and all these people who have been trying to bring you down and beat you down and whatever, like you just like whatever, You know, I'm doing my own thing. It actually, maybe this ego is really helping you. Like you got a big ego, but in a positive way. You know, a lot of people think of that as a negative, but maybe it's like, you know, sort of this bad, you know what, energy. Like it's just like, wow, you know, there's just a lot of owning your power here, and that's really beautiful. Let me see if we can get some additional messages. It's like so fascinating. Whoa. That's a lot of additional messages, Spirit. Like, for pile 2, Spirit, please send some specific messages about like what type of energy that pile 2 is in. What do they need to know right now? Are there any specific things that should come through? This is timeless. I wanted to give all of those messages, apparently. Let me see. Expand your horizons. Okay, we've got a couple of boats here. So maybe you're looking forward to, I feel like it's like a looking forward to some type of a trip. Looking forward to some type of vacation or travel. That's coming through for some people. Maybe you're just looking forward to the future and you're kind of like daydreaming about that, like what your next move is, what your next step is. Voyage of the heart. So love flows through and to you. Again, we got another ship. It's interesting. Okay, these two. View from above. Get the big picture. And in the flow. Everything is smooth sailing. And maybe that's all it is. Like, you're just in this really great energy right now. Everything is smooth sailing. If you're not in a good energy right now, this is not your pile. Like, and if you chose pile 1 and you're drawn to pile 2 as well, it could be a sign of like, this is what's to come for you. Because if you're just tuning in now and you didn't listen to pile 1 was a very heavy, like anxious energy. And this is the energy that I think that they were moving towards. So if you chose both, this is a place that you will be in soon. But pile 2, it's just like you're in your power right now, smooth sailing. That could be all it is. Like maybe you're not going on a trip. Maybe you're just like living life, loving life. It's awesome. Yeah, I just got, yeah, so for pile 1, it's the beginning of a new cycle soon. Just hang in there. If you're from this, if not, if you're in pile 2, if you're not drawn to pile 1, it's a very different energy. But wow, this is just really, it's just so positive. I'm so happy for you. Like you're coming out on top. You're over here. This Queen of Air is just like, I'm not messing. Nobody's messing with you. You're not messing with anybody. You're standing over here with your sword, kind of like, yeah, you come at me. You come at me. Like, I'm going to come out on top. Look at all these people. Look at all these people that have failed when they've tried to. And you're almost like bored. It's just like, come at me. That's what it's saying. 4 of fire. Contentment, peace, and abundance. A happy home life. The successful completion of a project. That is just so beautiful. Okay. I don't even think I need to bring any, like... Oh, I was going to say I don't need to do anything else. Look up the back of the deck just to look at it, but obviously for a reason. And it says important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. All right. I'm wondering if this has to do with your postcard from Spirit over here, because you could be getting a lot of downloads. Sometimes when we're in a really positive high vibration, that's when Spirit can open up to us, because you don't have all those low vibrational fears and anxieties and whatever that kind of like block you off from feeling that. So because you're in this abundant energy and just kind of like this happiness and all of that, it could be something that is really happening for you, because you're feeling a sense of renewal and almost like this rebirth of who you are. Like you're finally coming into your power and you're feeling like yourself again. And maybe yoga is going to enhance that even more. But anyway, like if you are receiving psychic insights, this is just further confirmation that that's really happening. And this is going to sound probably silly and is a very specific message for certain people, but like if you have a dog at home and they might be signaling to you that they are also getting those same messages. Really interesting it's just like a really interesting message here. So it's almost like they can tell that you're tapping into something that you're almost not even aware that you're starting yet. And then same thing with the wolf, like maybe there's somebody looking out over you or watching you that has a spirit energy of the wolf, or maybe you do. But yeah, this is a really beautiful, but trust those psychic insights, whatever you're getting, whatever you're feeling. Yeah, it's almost like, oh, it says like you're trusting your head over your heart. So maybe some of you don't want to believe that you have like these psychic abilities. Maybe some of you don't really trust in yourself in that way, so you look to logic, and even though you know like deep down that you can trust those intuitive things and those messages, you don't want to believe it because you don't want to believe things that you can't see. I don't know why that's coming through. So maybe some people are just like, they just don't want to embrace that side of themselves. But yeah, we'll see. Like the energy seems like it's flowing pretty heavily for you. So sometimes you can't stop that. You can fight it all you want, but if it's meant to be, it will be, and it will happen. So yeah, just stand in your strength. Archangel Ariel, you have great inner strength. Release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. So maybe there is somebody in your life that you want to forgive and you want to be compassionate toward, and just know that like you're never going to be wrong when you stand in love. So let's see if anything else comes out for that. This is such a beautiful reading. I mean, I almost feel like I could stop now because it really just is something that it's just flowing. I mean, whatever place that you all are in is a beautiful place, and you just need to stay focused on your goals. There's a lot of like, it's almost like rambunctious energy. It's very sporadic, because sporadic was the word that just came to mind, which I don't know why. Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? Oh, okay. Transformation, things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. Yeah, so these are all like really beautiful messages. Akashic, your guidance is divinely guided. So this is in my opinion in confirmation of the psychic insights card. So yeah, you can think all you want that you don't have those psychic insights or that those things aren't happening, but whatever you're feeling is divinely guided, and it's going to happen whether you want it to or not. Double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So maybe there's some sort of humanitarian thing that you have been wanting to do or that you should be doing, and it's supposed to uplift others. And it could even just be having, it's under the strength card, so it could even just be that you need to start forgiving other people and being compassionate, and like instead of having, this just outer strength, that having the inner strength to forgive and be compassionate, like that can be one of the hardest things to do, especially when it says especially when you're in the wrong. So yeah, somebody here is being stubborn, like, and that, take it as it resonates. It's not for everybody, but someone is being really, really stubborn, and they know that they're in the wrong, and they need to have the inner strength to release those harsh judgments of others and to forgive and be compassionate, and to know that it doesn't make them weak. Like if their ego is like, your ego is really taking over right now because you know that you should be forgiving, and you're just in this mindset of being like, I'm not saying sorry. Somebody's saying that, like, I'm not saying sorry. So if that's you, take a hard look at the situation, because giving love is really important, and it's only going to hold you back to hold on to that situation. The Great Gathering, it's all coming together. Intuitive hints, soul tribe. Yeah, so you're getting intuitive hints, like you're getting those downloads that, the more that you trust in those, like the more that you are going to be on your path. So your who or what is triggering you. Yeah, so it's kind of the same thing, like whatever is triggering you, or it's usually a mirror of yourself. And just knowing that if you are upset by something that someone else does, it's usually something that you're seeing about yourself that you don't like. So just being aware of that and giving compassion to others. It sounds silly, but like treat others the way you want to be treated. It will really take you a long way. And then the mirror reminded me of this mirror workbook. I pulled this out for pile 1. I'm interested to see what is going to come out for this pile, because I just feel like you're in such a happy energy. Is this going to be related to your psychic insights and intuitive feelings that you've been seeing? I just saw the number 86, so I'm going to flip back to that one. Okay, so you need to, oh, this is really odd. I actually happened to flip to this page when I was thinking about doing this reading, and I didn't look at the number, but okay, anyway. I want you to close your eyes, visualize a perfect natural setting with your favorite flowers growing in abundance all around you. Feel and smell the sweet, warm air as it blows gently across your face. Concentrate on relaxing every muscle in your body. Ask yourself these questions. How am I contributing to this problem? What is it that I need to know? What areas of my life are in need of change? Meditate on these questions and let the answers arise. Write down the answers in your journal. Choose one of the answers you received in step 3 and write an action plan that you can work on today. And then make those changes one step at a time. And it's like saying the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that one small step added to another can create significant change in your life. So just remember that pain doesn't necessarily disappear overnight, though it may, and it has taken time for the pain to surface. So it may take time to recognize that it is no longer needed. So be gentle with yourself. So maybe some of you have lived in a pain for so long that, you know, it's something that it's almost second nature. And I think it's going back to this issue is that like there is somebody in your life, and again, take it if it resonates and leave it if it doesn't, but there's somebody in your life that you're judging really harshly, whether you mean to be or not, and reflecting on how you're contributing to the problem and approaching the situation or person with kindness, love, and compassion could completely change your outlook on the situation and the person, and could bring a lot of strength and healing to both parties involved. So really think about that. Oh, somebody didn't want to hear that. I just like, it was like, I heard a sigh, and I was like, like it's such a happy thing. You just brought me down. Like, I just like heard that narrative, and just know that like, if that's what you're feeling deep down, you can have all this happiness and this like giggly and fun energy. But at the end of the day, like when you go to sleep at night, when your head hits that pillow, like there's gonna be like sadness in your heart. And like when you are able to reflect on those deeper issues and to resolve them, it can change your life. So if you're the person that had that reaction to me suggesting it, like check yourself. I mean, that's on you. That's on you. So living your attitude of gratitude is the other message here. So today is devoted to thanking life for all its many gifts and learning how to live with an attitude of gratitude every day. Did you know that prosperity and gratitude go hand in hand? I'm always grateful to be one with the universal wisdom and backed by universal power. And I've noticed that the universe loves gratitude. The more grateful you are, the more goodies you get. When I say goodies, I don't only mean material things. I mean all the people, places, and experiences that make life so wonderfully worth living. You know how great you feel when your life is filled with love and joy and health and creativity, and you get green lights and parking places? This is how our lives are meant to be lived. This makes me laugh because my mom always says that I always hit all the green lights and I always get the best parking places. So I'm going to watch this back, and I'm interested to see if I receive this, if this is the pile I choose, because yeah, I hit all the green lights and get all the parking spaces, and I wish that for all of you as well. And if you're in this positive energy, then you can absolutely do that. It sounds silly, but if you think you're gonna get all the green lights and get all the parking spaces and never wait at a restaurant and never do that, believe me, it'll happen for you. This is so silly. Anyway, let me just pull some self-care cards for this file. All right, that one wanted to pop right out. Dream journal. Oh. It says, are you sleeping? Oh, that's interesting. Maybe some of you aren't sleeping very well. I didn't really get this from that pile, but maybe. Watch a movie. All right. I'm really surprised. Like this girl in here is sleeping, but it's like asking, are you sleeping? Maybe you're not sleeping enough? Keep a dream journal, but for some reason, I'm getting the feeling that some of you are having some sleepless nights. Ground yourself, meditate. So maybe that's what you need to do more. Can you clarify the sleeping dream journal card, Spirit? What is that? I'm just so surprised this message is coming out of this deck. Drink tea. Maybe you're having too much caffeine before you go to bed at night. Or maybe you need to, saying create a routine. So maybe you need to decompress, drink a cup of chamomile tea, do some meditation, ground yourself, watch a movie, and that'll help with your sleepless nights if that is happening for you. Take a walk and beauty ritual. Huh. Okay, well, I mean, all of those are great messages, so that bottom of the deck energy is use your intuition. That's fitting for the greater message here. And there's, as you can see, a third eye. So your ancestors really want you to know that, like, you're supposed to be trusting yourself and your intuition and doing that. That's a beautiful message. But yeah, so anyway, if you aren't already doing these things, I would highly encourage you to start taking more walks in nature. Figure out a beauty ritual and a routine for yourself can really, and even a nighttime routine, maybe that will help your sleepless nights. And taking a walk could really even just be indicative of needing more exercise. So if you're drinking tea, exercising, and having a beauty ritual at night, and grounding yourself, watching a movie, just decompressing generally, that could really help. But I think that if you like drinking tea, you definitely should. There's, 2 teacups here, and it's almost like, oh, I just got a message, like, see how her eyes are like really wide, and she's almost like wired. It's because she's drinking caffeine or something caffeinated, and here she's drinking tea and she's sleepy. So like, if you're finding that you're having trouble sleeping at night, maybe you need to drink some tea beforehand, or you're caffeinating too much. That's a very specific message. So if it doesn't relate to you, then ignore it. But all right. Let's see if there are any more. This is just such a beautiful group. I mean, I'm so happy for all of you that you're in this energy and this mindset. I think it's all one that we all hope to get to at some point. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. And one more. Okay. Rather than seeking cures, I'll address vibrational causes. When you begin to look for and understand the vibrational causes for diseases rather than looking for cures, then you will come to the end of the pile of diseases. When you are able to deliberately accomplish the emotion of ease and its accompanying vibrational alignment, it is possible to live disease-free. When you focus upon disease, you perpetuate more disease, but you can break the cycle at any time and achieve wonderful physical wellness for yourself, for your natural state is one of wellness. That's really beautiful. I think that this message is like really relates to this pile, specifically regarding this strength and that issue that we were addressing before. So if you do have somebody in your life and you're trying to address the cause instead of seeking the cure, address the cause of it. Maybe there is a reason that the situation keeps repeating itself. If there is a situation that is cyclical, and instead of seeking the cure for the situation, really figuring out like, what is the cause? Why is this happening? And trying to address that deliberately, and just knowing that like the reason that it's happening, caffeinating, you're caffeinating too much. I don't know why that just came through like that. That's so silly. But the reason it's happening could just be that you're in a cycle, and the cycle needs to break, and it could break with your forgiveness, kindness, and compassion, and viewing the situation from a different light, whatever that situation happens to be. And deliberately changing your vibrational energy could really help break the cycle here, whatever that means to you. So that could very well just be grounding yourself, but I think that's a really important card. It really wanted to jump out of there. My body is very responsive to an improved story. Oh, so you just need to like change the storyline here. So whatever story you've been telling yourself, just change it to positive. Like I just said, I just heard see the good in other people. Yeah, and just choose love. My body is a reflection mostly of the thoughts I think, and I am looking forward to seeing physical changes in my body that reflect changes in my thinking. I am confident that those changes are in progress, and in the meantime, I am generally feeling so good that I am not unhappy with where I currently am. It is fun to think on purpose and to see the results of those deliberately chosen thoughts. My body is very responsive to my thoughts, and I like knowing that. That's so beautiful. So choose love, choose kindness. Just know that your body is directly responding to any thoughts that you have. So you can choose all of the optimism and positivity, and you'll be in this like amazing energy that you're in. Or you can choose that like to sort of be in this place of egotism and the Queen of Swords, and just being, kind of sharp with your words, and sassy is word that just came through, but stubborn is also one, and the choice is yours, but you can improve your story, and your body is going to be so responsive to that. The law of attraction expands my every story. So same thing, like if you are thinking one thing, you're going to be attracting it. So the law of attraction says that which is like unto itself is drawn. In other words, that which you think, the same thing, in any moment attracts unto itself other thoughts that are like it. That is why whenever you are thinking about a subject that is not pleasant in a very short period of time, most of you, upon any subject that you ponder very long, attract enough supporting data that it does bring forth the essence of the subject of thought into your experience. So if you're seeing a situation in a particular light, it might be that you're fixating on all the negative things. I just heard make a list. So like maybe make a list of all the good things about that person or that situation, and it can change your mindset. Instead of focusing on all the bad, like there's a focus on the bad here. There's almost like a front of like really happy energy, and this sort of like deep frustration and irritation at not being in a certain place, or not having something or someone or a situation be a certain way. So it could be that you're focused on the bad, and that the law of attraction needs to you need to be aware of the law of attraction coming in to your life in that way. Let's see if we've got any crystals that could help with that. Are there any crystals that could help my pile 2 viewers regarding their intuition? Oh my goodness. Or okay. Or just what they need to hear here. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Okay. Spirit. Magnetic energy, first of all, is angelite. Support is all around you. That's so beautiful. Angelite is one of my favorite crystals. I keep it by my bed. It might be something that could be helpful to you. Pile 2. Aquamarine, go with flow. Which I feel like you guys are doing that. Like, it just seems like that. Aquamarine to me is also a travel card, so maybe it could be indicative of planning a trip or traveling soon. Amazonite, loosen your grip. What are you holding on to? Are you holding on to those egotistical patterns or fears? Maybe you need to nurture yourself and positivity and those type of feelings more. Black kyanite, set strong boundaries. Oh, well, all right. That's interesting. Yeah. The word spiky just came to mind. So maybe there's a weird energy coming in. So like, whoever you're supposed to forgive or be compassionate about, you feel like you need stronger boundaries with them, or they need stronger boundaries with you. But it might even just be that there's expectations. Huh. Okay. I might ask for some clarification on that. One second. Why the black kyanite? Why do they need to set strong boundaries? Or does someone else? Okay. Why the black kyanite? Okay. I don't understand. Why the black kyanite? Overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. Unknown territory. You're exactly where you need to be. And then tread thoughtfully. Narrow pathway. There's some situation that's going on here with somebody. And again, it might not be for everybody, but there is some situation where you need to overcome an obstacle. Know that you can overcome anything in any situation, whether career, home life, relationship, whatever. But you're treading in unfamiliar territory, but you're exactly where you need to be. So it's almost like your unknown territory could be something where you're really fearful and you feel like you need to set boundaries. But you need to really tread thoughtfully. There's a narrow pathway here. What's interesting is the back of the deck energy is that success expands in your life. So it's almost like right now there's some sort of obstacle where you feel like you have to set boundaries and you need to overcome that. So it's like your sword is stuck in this boundary, whoever this is for. And you're so stubborn. You don't even want to get your sword out of the stone. You're just like, why even bother? Like, look how big that stone is. Why am I even going to try? Look how narrow that path is. Like, why bother? I'm in this great energy. That's my boundary. I'm just like not going to try anymore. That's what I'm getting. Somebody's like not trying in a situation anymore. They don't want to overcome this obstacle. They're being so stubborn. Oh man, it's kind of making me smile because it's just like I've been there. But you can overcome anything, but you have to choose to overcome it. Like, you have to get rid of this ego mindset, man. Oh, man. Okay. That's making me laugh. It's like, wow, that stubborn energy. And yeah, whatever you're in, it's like you think you know. Like, you think you know what's going on, but you don't. It's unknown territory. It's uncharted. Like, see, there's no path. Like, it's just snow. Like, you have to pave your own path. And you're exactly where you need to be. Whatever the situation is, that's the unknown. You need to trust your intuition and the guidance that you're receiving and seeing and just move forward and like realize that you can overcome whatever these obstacles, but there's a narrow path and you need to tread carefully. Like, whatever this and thoughtfully, whatever this is important in your life, but like you got to be on the straight and narrow almost. Like, you got to be careful. Something is making it so you got to be careful in order to get to this place of like triumph. This sort of a 10 of cups just came to mind. So whatever your happy ending is, you got to be really careful. Like, you're at you're sort of like a path. Yeah, you're just at like, it's almost like a crossroads where you could just choose not to go around the obstacle, but you'll never progress. Like, what's on the other side? I don't know. What are you scared of? Yeah, open the door. Golden healer quartz. And then hematite, ground yourself. So we've got 2 ground yourselves. So, and then I had a ton of crown chakra energy. So like, you're in this really high vibrational energy. You need to get some hematite. I'm actually wearing hematite right now. You need to get some hematite. You need to get some grounding crystals. You know, oh man, there's just like a lot of high vibrational energy. And it's almost like the people who are in this high vibe energy, it's almost like they're seeing the situation. They're like, I don't want them to bring me down. Like, why am I going to go through this? And it's like, do you ever want to get better? Do you ever want to get to that 10 of Cups, that like dream life place? Do you ever want to get to this? Or do you just want to be kind of stuck in this sort of like superficial energy where it's great energy, but at some point at the end of the day, like when the dust settles, you know, is it worth it? Like is it this deep feeling, or is it kind of surface level happiness? I don't know. Until you heal this, it's hard to say, but there's going to be a beginning of the new cycle if you address this issue, whatever that issue is. We got another grounding. You need to ground yourself. You need to ground yourself, pile 2. Holy smokes. All right, let's get a couple universal love messages. The power of love messages. All right, all those. Wow, okay. Friendliness. You are able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connections. Okay. Integrity. You demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love with every action. Gratitude. You fully appreciate the invaluable lessons that life lovingly presents to you. Past. Through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. Which I think really has to do with this over here. Forgiveness. Yeah, here we go. You are now able to activate the power of love in order to release past hurts. Tolerance. You appreciate other points of view because you sense the love in everyone. And acceptance. You are ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. All right. For my OCD people, I'm sorry that there aren't 4, but it only wants those cards. Okay. I'm still feeling really silly from this pile. I don't know why. But I'm just happy that you guys are in this energy. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful energy. Just heal those hurts, man. Heal them. Address those situations. It'll make you feel so much better. Yep. All right. This, okay. We got a bunch coming out here. Okay, Spirit. Any other messages for my pile 2 viewers? Any other messages? I feel like there's one more. Okay. One more. No, that one. Okay. Prepare to be astounded. Ooh. Send them love, wish them peace, see them happy, everyone, always, forever, and prepare to be astounded. The universe. P.S. Oh man, will you ever become a big-time manifester? Yeah, so this situation, you gotta forgive. Yeah, you gotta forgive. Like, you just gotta stop being so stubborn. Get past it. Of course, anger can always be justified, but then so can forgiveness. Just depends on how much more you want from the adventure. Go for gobs, the universe. Those you love you. To be beautiful in the eyes of another, simply forget they're watching. Tally-ho, the universe. This message is for someone. So someone that you love loves you back. And I don't know who this is for. It might just be for one particular person. It might be for everyone who's watching. But someone doesn't know how loved they are. And they need to know it. And whatever amount of love you feel for them, they love you as much, if not more. Yeah, I just heard they love everything about you. Change is always good. Actually, the only effective way of changing another person is by changing yourself. Works every time, guaranteed. Though I'm kind of partial to the way you are right now. Tally-ho, the universe. So, yeah, it's saying, like, whatever you need to do to change, like, the situation and to change yourself, like, you're not going to change the other person. You need to accept their flaws. You know, you need to accept them for who they are and everything that they are. And, you know, if this message is for you, just love them for who they are. Yeah. Change the way you respond. And that's how you can change the situation. Okay. I guess I'm going to do some charms. I feel bad because I didn't do charms with pile 1. But let's see what comes through. Okay. Oh, goodness. As I move the whole table. All right. Spirit and guides, angels, please help me receive any messages that need to happen today. All right. Any other messages that need to come through? Any other messages? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. This might be hard to see, so my apologies because I couldn't find my other one. But we've got 4 evil eyes. So I don't know if that represents 4 separate people that you need to be on your guard for, or maybe just 2. But either way, protect yourself. Imagine yourself surrounded by healing energy and healing light. There could be 2 people that you, this coming through for someone specific, 2 people you live with that have their eye on you. So just like be careful about that if that resonates. We've got a football player. Charge ahead. I just heard that in my head. So like, you know, maybe you just need to move forward in a particular situation. We got the music note. So maybe music is going to bring you healing energy. That could also be the way to ground yourself. There's a clock tower, so there's time. Whatever situation, like give it time and it'll help. Got 2 football players. Wow, okay. And 2 music notes. A lot of the same messages. You're abundant in your life. Good luck is coming. In love, this says love me. So maybe you need to give love to somebody, and maybe that's the situation. The hummingbird. The anchor. This is like ground yourself energy if I've ever seen it. Yep, show love. You need to like send some loving messages to somebody in particular. You got 2 keys. Yeah, the key to everything is grounding yourself is what I'm seeing. And then, yeah, just keep being in that playful energy. And don't be stubborn. We got a little cactus. So anyway, I hope that, oops, as I move the table, I hope that those terms helped. Thank you for this reading. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if this resonated or if it didn't. If you want to let me know what's going on with whatever this energy is, and I'm happy to pull more cards if needed. Anyway, thanks so much for your love and support. See you guys at the next reading. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose the amethyst crystal or cluster, then this is your pile. Whew. Find the blessing in your current situation. Krishna, you can do it. Archangel Michael. I'm feeling this sense of just kind of like dread, like can we get this over with? Just like exhaustion. So I don't know if this, like the people that are tuning into this reading are just kind of like tired of where they're at, or like, I don't know, just kind of like same old, but like just know that sometimes when you focus on the blessings in your current situation and just like knowing that you can do it and you can charge forward, like that can really help a lot. So just like, I'm just going to start with that. And then these are some postcards from Spirit. So these are like particular messages that are going to come from Spirit and anything that you need to know. So we're going to start with those. So dearest you, we are sending you waves of love and joy as we watch you reap the rewards of your tenacity and faith. We know how long it has taken for you to reach some of your goals and that you've had disappointments along the way. Right now, we suggest you take a deep breath and fill yourself with gratitude and tune into the vibration of well-being. Temporary conditions may be trying to hypnotize you into seeing something as your reality, but we know that happy rewards are on their way to you even now. Change is the only constant, so be open to it. You will achieve your dreams and more, we promise. But more important, your happy rewards will be gathered up in the small moments, the gentle breezes, the soft kisses, and the quiet commitments. Your happiest moments will be on the journey itself, not in arriving at any destination. You are surrounded by so much love and care. Can you feel us? That is really beautiful, and I do think it goes with the finding the blessings in your current situation. It sounds so silly, but sometimes those small moments are the most beautiful, you know? You feel the breeze on your face, or you get a soft kiss, or you know, just anything. It's just like those moments are some of the happiest that you can have. And it's funny because it's talking about like the rewards of your tenacity, and it's like I'm sitting here, I'm just like, oh man, like I just feel not like the weight of the world on my shoulders, but just kind of like, whew, you know, it's been a lot, like the feeling you get after you come home from work and it's been a really long day. Like it feels like that is the way that this pile's feeling. Just like, oh man, like, you know, I think it's just kind of like, it's sort of like the daily grind kind of feeling. Like maybe you're in some sort of a grind, and you need this message, like you can do this, like you can get through this, it's going to get better. Like think about, you know, even making a list about the positive things in your life could really help turn your feelings around. So here's the second message. Dearest you, we are gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning. Oh, you're stepping into a new version of your life, getting to tell a new story as you create it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand wells up inside you from a primal place? The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape, and it is exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both push and push back when entering any kind of new relationship. It's okay to admit you don't really know what to expect. What you can know is it's time to dive in and allow that new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life, Spirit. You have made it to a new level of awakening and contributing, and we are so excited to see where this will take you next. We're so proud of you. That's really beautiful. I mean, there's some new beginning that seems to be coming in for you. Let's see what the cards say. But let's see. Pile 3. Spirit, angels, guides, ancestors, please help me receive any messages. Oh, wow. That pile 3 needs to hear. I'm going to take these ones. What are some? Wow. Okay. Pile 3 needs to hear a lot of messages. I'm going to take one more, and then I'm going to flip the, okay, apparently 2 more, and then I'm going to flip those over. So first of all, the back of the deck energy is the 6 of water, memory, childhood, nostalgia. So somebody is like in this place of just really like reflecting on, it's almost of the good times is what I just heard. So, you know, there could even be somebody who has lost somebody. This is a very specific message of somebody who's lost somebody, and they're like looking to the heaven or looking at this white feather and just remembering them fondly, and sort of reflecting on those good times, and just, I don't know, just know they think that it's like the message that came through from Spirit, those postcards could be from that particular person as well. If this is a message for you, again, it's this very specific message, but somebody needs to hear it. So anyway, somebody is reflecting on the good times here. I mean, it might be what's getting them through whatever energy that you guys are currently in. Yeah, because it's exhaustion, negativity, worry, sleeplessness, just like being defeated is kind of like, ooh, kind of that energy. So we've got the 2 of water. So partnership, commitment, and reconciliation. Transformation, realization, life change, and liberation. So I see this, it's almost like the Tower card. I don't want to, those came out at the same time, so we'll revisit that in a second. We've got 7 of water, choices, overanalyzing, and procrastination. Ace of fire, opportunity, creativity, and action. 7 of earth, investment, assessment, and patience. And then the Knight of Fire, confident, passion, and adventurous. Okay, this is a really interesting energy. So, I don't want to get too deep into this, but like, there are some relationship type of cards here. Somebody's hurting. Like somebody had it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Whoever's going through this, and again, this might not be for everybody. Somebody has a relationship. It could be romantic, and it might not be. It might be like a relative that's close to them. But either way, for somebody, it's definitely romantic. So I'll put that out there. But somebody sees somebody else as like a great partner, and they just had this tower moment, this life change, and it's upsetting them. I mean, their relationship is going from this place of friendship and kindness and just sort of coming together to this sort of dark place where it feels like time is running out. And just this realization that they're going to have to go their separate ways. Oh, there's a message here for somebody in particular, that somebody might be departing from their life soon, and they know that there's like this, again, very specific message for somebody, but there's almost like a clock ticking, and they're waiting for somebody to transcend and become an angel, is what I just heard. So two very different messages, one about a relationship coming to an end, another about possibly an ill relative, but or something like that. And either way, like, everyone in this pile is reflecting on the good times. Like, whatever the situation is, whether it's a relationship romantically or otherwise, or if it's just like, you know, a better job that they used to have, or quite frankly, just thinking about all of these other options. You have all these choices, and you're just like over analyzing them. You're like looking at them and thinking like, which option should I choose? What should I do? Should I change what I'm doing? Like, you know, there's so much reflection going on, whether it's about the past or the future, but there's not a lot of living in the present. And I think that that's really why this card is coming out, the finding the blessing in your current situation. And, you know, I feel like Spirit's preaching to the choir here, because I feel, you know, the same way. So I understand where the viewers from this pile are coming from. But I think what's really important is that, like, you are in this place where it's almost like you have new opportunities coming your way, and you just need to take action. And once you do take that action, like, know that you're divinely guided, that your ancestors and spirit and angels are really looking out after you, almost like you're a child. Like, there's going to be some new opportunity that comes your way, that and maybe it's one of these many choices that you can make, but basically it is something where you need to decide, like, do I start over? And it's scary to start over. It's scary to be like this young, almost like immature version of you, but just know that, like, you will quickly advance. Like, you got your childlike, and usually I wouldn't read Ace of Fire this way, but because we've got a little girl holding this staff, it just feels like you're going to be progressing and transcending from this sort of like someone who's completely green at some skill to someone who's very quickly like running and is a knight and is moving quickly and is confident and is passionate and feeling adventurous in moving forward. And, you know, they're just kind of leaving everybody in the dust. And it'll be fast moving. You know, you just have to like stand in that confidence. So whatever decision you make, and you've got all these decisions and you're just weighing them, it's just like, whatever you decide, just know that, like, it's going to be this. You might start out new in it, or you might start out feeling like sort of juvenile is the word that came out. You're going to quickly, you know, move into this place where you're really skilled at whatever you're doing, and you regain your confidence and you regain your passion for life, and just know that you can do it, like, whatever this is. And these are very like different messages. So it could be that like this message resonates or this message resonates. So just take it for what it is. I'm also getting a message again. This has happened in another pile. It's 444. It's everywhere. Please look up the angel meaning for 444, because whatever it is, it needs to find you. I'm also seeing that we've got a bunch of cups, and they all have chakras on them, and some of them look like they're being paid like more attention to. Others are like being put in the background. So it could be something where you need to balance your chakras out more. Maybe you have spent more attention or expended more attention on some, whereas others you haven't. Some seem balanced while others don't. So I'd encourage you to really do some chakra healing. Reiki just came into my mind. So like if you are into Reiki and you are able to get some sort of a healing session, that could be really useful. But otherwise, some sort of sound healing could be really good for you at this time. Let's see if there are any other messages. This seems like we've got a lot of different situations going on. So again, like, please think about what makes sense for your situation and kind of like hang with me, because I feel like there are some very, very different scenarios going on. Let's see. We got Wondrous Universe, Walk in Beauty, and I'll show that card in a second. Are there any other messages for my pile 3 viewers? This is the timeless reading. Any other messages from Spirit? Ooh, okay. Oh, wow, okay. So, grace and gratitude, through gratitude, joy expands. So I think that that really goes with your find the blessing in current situation. So if you're constantly focusing on the negative, it's going to be very difficult to get to a place where you feel like you can make a decision. Again, like it looks like same thing as here. It's like you're focusing on the past or the future, but definitely not the present. So just like maybe even having a gratitude journal, really, you know, every day thinking about what you're grateful for, even if it's something super simple, like, you know, I got to read a book today, or I got to, you know, take some time to myself, or take a bath, or, you know, whatever you like to do. And we're going to do some self-care cards here in a second, so maybe that will help. But whatever you're doing, like do it with grace and do it with a grateful heart, because there are blessings in your current situation. And the more you focus on the negative parts, the more it's going to be difficult to be in this mindset of positivity. Wondrous Universe, Walk in Beauty. So I don't know why, and I think that it might have to do with this relationship card, but as I was shuffling for this pile, this is kind of embarrassing, I don't know why. Your Body is a Wonderland by John Mayer, like that, I started channeling that song. I haven't thought about that song in years. So I think that somebody, probably this Two of Water, for whoever this relationship part of this reading is for, they want you to know that you have a nice body. They think you have a great body. So anyway, it's so, I feel like silly saying that, but seriously, somebody is coming through telling you that. Ascending the mountain, keep going forward. Yeah, so like you can do it. Just like keep going forward, especially with this like transformation tower card. Whatever you have to do, like keep moving forward, whatever this transformation and this tower moment is, like you just need to keep going. And like just notice, like these are mountains, like this is a windy path. This is not a straight path. This is not something that you even know where you're headed. You just know that you're headed away from whatever the situation is, and you just got to keep moving forward. And it might not be what you think I just heard, like, it's not what you think it is. And so I don't know if somebody is like, oh yeah, I am moving forward, I'm moving past them or whatever. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I don't know why, but if somebody is channeling that from this message, just know, like, that's not meant for you. This is a Two of Water. This is like an ultimate friendship, ultimate love type of card. So if you think I'm moving away from that person, that's what I need to be doing, like that's not for you. Like this is more of like an ascending the mountain for your transformation of like, if you're moving on from a loving separation where you just know that the time has run out and whatever, and that like you have to move forward, maybe it's for you. If the moving forward is for, you know, a connection or relationship that's about to pass on, you know, it's going to be a hard mountain of grief that you're going to climb, but you're going to get through it. And then similarly, you're going to ascend this difficulty of the mountain when it comes to all these choices, when it comes to your career. You know, you're about to venture into something that you don't know where you're headed. You just know that you're ascending and that you're moving on to something better. But for forever, there was somebody who like is coming in that's like, I'm moving on from them. If that's you and you have that mindset, just know like you're not moving on. Like when you have that mindset, like you have to find peace, and that's not for you. I don't know why that's coming through, so excuse me for the attitude over here. Transformation, a fresh new way of living emerges. So yeah, whatever this, it reminds me of these cards over here. So like you're going to be transforming really quickly. Whatever you do choose, just know that like it might feel really frustrating because you're starting over. Or maybe you're even frustrated because you're just not where you want to be in your life right now. Like maybe you feel like you should already be the Knight of Fire, or the King of Fire, or King of Wands, and you're stuck in this place where it's like, oh, you know, I'm surrounded by people who are younger than me, or I'm surrounded by, you know, I'm in a situation where I should be further along than I am, or you want to be in a different place. But just know that like that transformation is coming. It reminds me of this, I wouldn't call it a meme, but this picture that I saw about children in a classroom, and how everybody, all their children, they're all kernels of popcorn, and you can put all the kernels into a pot and at the same temperature, and they'll still all pop at different times. So just know that just because you haven't popped yet and other people or the other like kernels around you have all popped, like it's just not your time yet. It's just not your time. So just know like that transformation is coming. You just need to be patient, find the blessing in your current situation. You can do this. Solitude. So, you know, sometimes solitude can be a really sad thing. In silence, peace prevails. I think here, like maybe taking some time for yourself is really the message that's coming through. She seems so happy to get some time for herself here. So just like, you know, just knowing that sometimes taking time for you and being at peace with yourself and like working through that grief, working and you know, grieving a job, grieving a relationship, grieving a connection, you know, grieving a loss, all of those things, you know, heal with time. So give yourself like grace, be grateful for where you're at, but just know that like taking time for yourself is okay. And like, just so you know too, the loss that you're experiencing or grieving, it doesn't have a time limit. So, you know, if you had a loss that was 2 years ago, that was 2 months ago, that was 10 or 20 years ago, it doesn't matter. It's something that, yeah, it's going to take time. Grief takes time to heal. Just know that like you are divinely like protected, and yeah, it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. So just know that you're reaching a place where you're about to heal, and just releasing all of that grief and anxiousness, tension, just everything. I don't know. I just had like a sort of like a flood of sadness come over me. So if that hits, I'm sorry if that hits somebody. But you're not alone. Your team, your spirit team, and your guides, and your angels, and your ancestors, and I am, like, everybody is so proud of you. See? We are so proud of you. And they want you to know that, you know, it's okay. You're going to get through this, whatever you're going through. This is like, it's interesting because it's a lot of heavy energy. It's almost like people are at peace with the fact that, like, this is what's going on. So I don't know if you're at peace with it, but organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. A lot of 4s coming through still. So please, balance. The need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise. Wait for the perfect timing. So it could be that you're waiting to do something, and you just need to wait, be a little bit more patient for that transformation. 6 of Earth, gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan or paying off debts. That's so beautiful. And again, I think really goes with this, you know, this career portion of the reading. It seems to be separated in almost 3 to 4 separate readings here. So I'm not sure which one is resonating with each of you, or possibly for all of you, but okay, there's a lot more messages. Okay, so 2 of Earth, too much going on all at once, the need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. So, yeah, it's interesting because I feel like there's a lot going on. It might even just be like this reading. There's just a lot going on, and that might be why there are so many cards coming out, is because, you know, everyone I had this intuitive feeling that a lot of people would choose this pile because this amethyst is really inviting. You know, I look at this and I'm like, ooh, I'd probably choose that pile. And, you know, not necessarily because I was called to it, just because, like, sometimes you look at the crystal and you think, oh, that's the prettiest one. like that one. So I don't know if that's why, and there's just a lot of different people choosing this, but there's just a lot going on. But it could just be that you have a lot of choices. There's a lot going on in your life. You know, maybe you're dealing with a relationship situation and so grieving a loss, and you're reflecting on, you know, nostalgia or healing childhood issues just came through. You got all these decisions about, you know, your career, but you just are overanalyzing it, losing sleep over it. You need some time to yourself, but you don't have any time. I'm starting to almost feel this like panicked energy. And I think that it's really this 9 of air energy, that it's just like negativity, worry, sleep. Like all these swords are just these negative thoughts that are whirring around in your brain. And you just need to take a minute, like, and just give yourself space. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. Yeah, so just know that like you can do anything. Like this transformation is coming. There are so many cards in here that have wings. There's like representing you, and it's like you're gonna soar. You're about to fly. Like, you know, changes are coming. You just need to find the blessing in your situation right now and just be patient. Patience is hard. Contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. So I really think you're moving forward toward that. And you just like, yeah, you can do it. Just know that like it's coming. Yeah, but it says expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecy, sleepless nights. So right over here, like your 9 of air, you got it twice. Yeah, so that's a big message. Like you're really losing sleep over this. Whatever situation of these many situations that's going on, you are losing sleep. Man, that is so hard. I'm sorry that you guys are all going through that. Oh, I don't have much to say other than you know, you're supported. Defend your beliefs and your decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. So it speaks for itself. Just know that like, you know, whatever you're going through, that you just find your own truth. Just find your own truth and stay true to yourself, and it won't lead you astray. Like you'll always come back to what's supposed to happen. And sometimes releasing things is the best thing that you can do. See if we can get some more astrological messages here. I didn't feel called to this deck for the last pile, so I'm interested, you know, what's about to come out for this one and why. Okay, got 3rd house communication. So maybe I just heard communicate your needs. So you need to communicate what you need more, whether that's in a relationship or just needing support from a loss, or even just needing what you need out of your career, and like figuring out what you need and communicating that in all the choices that you have for your career. 4th house, home life. So maybe your home is changing, or there's something that's been disrupted at home. But what's interesting is that there is a 6 here. So I think that your home life, if it isn't improved right now, it's about to get better. Venus, beloved. So somebody that's coming through, either an ancestor guide or even your relationship that this is talking about here, like you are loved so much and you love them so much. The feelings are mutual, but you have your guard up. Like you're trying to protect your heart, whatever the situation is. Like there's spikes around this. Like there's like 10 layers of protection, and you just need to trust. Like look at all the beauty that's growing around it. It's like the rest of your body feels it. Everything that you're going through, like you feel all this love everywhere else, but in your heart, like you are still protecting it fiercely. And whether that be regarding like a job or a person, which I think is more likely than not here, but even a career, you know, like just trust that better things are coming, and they might even already be here, and you're just so fearful that it's not happening, or whatever is about to come, that it's going to be like that. Just like be aware of those barriers, and be aware that like all this beauty is around you from this 2 of Cups relationship, if this is your part of reading. And there's if that's what this is, because they came out at the same time, there's a lot of passion here. This is like a very phallic card. 22 is an angel number, but it is also another 4. So yeah, there's a lot of passion here. If this is related to the Two of Cups relationship, there could be some, like, whoever you're thinking of could be into BDSM. There's a lot of stuff here going on. There's a lot. If you're interested in a separate romance reading, let me know, and we can talk. But there's a lot. Maybe someone here either you like their arms or they like your arms. I don't know. I'll just move on past this, because that can turn into a whole other thing. But here we've got sustainability, 6th house. So again, I think that this goes directly with our choices one, balancing all of your chakras. Just please go and do that, because at the very least, you need that for your calm. You need that for you. And grounding yourself too. So we're gonna get some crystals. Citrine. Somebody's name could be Chris. Somebody that they're close with could be named Chris, or Christine. Bring in the light. So again, focus on the beautiful parts of you, the beautiful parts of your situation. If you are experiencing a loss or about to experience a loss or experiencing grief, think about all of the good times. Look back on those good times, and those will bring you happiness in the darkness. It's really important. Let's see, are there any other cards that need to come through? Okay. Chrysicola. Yeah, there's Chris. Somebody is named Chris here. Start fresh. You need a fresh start. I think that has to do with possibly a relationship. It could be a fresh start within your own relationship, giving yourself a fresh start. It could be a fresh start with your career, with your grief, just giving yourself grace. Take action. So take action toward your goals, toward that relationship. Like, know that more is coming. That's a red jasper. Pink opal, be kind to yourself. Oh, yeah, this is a lot. This is heavy energy. And then remember your worth. Yeah, so those are really beautiful messages and seem really necessary. Embrace change. So whatever is changing, know that it is for your highest good. Phantom quartz. There could be some messages, and if you were drawn to pile 1, or maybe you already viewed it, I just got a message that there could be some messages in there for you, but only if you're drawn to it. But embrace the changes that are coming. They will come eventually. That Phoenix is happening, but it could take some time. So just be patient with yourself, be patient with your circumstances, and just find the blessing in your current situation. So let's see if we have any other cards for you here. And then there we go. And then we'll get some self-care cards and some positive affirmations. Okay, are there any other messages that need to come through for pile 3? Are there any others for this timeless pile 3 message? Soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. So whatever you're going through, you're not alone, really lean on somebody. And I think you know who that is for you. There's somebody in your life. And if there isn't someone in your life that you feel comfortable doing that with, you got to find them, even just reach out to somebody if you're going through what you're going through and you need help. But even, I just got a message that even doing, mirror work, and I've got this book, so I'm going to turn to this now, but even doing some mirror work and calling in yourself and really focusing on what needs healing, doing some inner child healing, and just, I'm almost getting tripped up on my words now. So I think that there's a blockage there. So whatever needs healing in your childhood, you're focused on all of those good things so that you can protect yourself and protect your heart from the bad. But you don't have to do this alone, and just know that moving forward that, everything's going to be okay. And play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. So yeah, that's very similar to your original letter. So just try to have some fun in situations. You're going through a lot right now. Maybe if you enjoy drinking, like indulging in a drink, but you know, be careful not to indulge too much, but you know, I don't judge. If you live near water or water is soothing to you, maybe like, you know, going somewhere with water could be healing. Oh wow. Yeah, and then another tower card. What are you clinging to? So what's beautiful about this card is you see the tower and it's on either side of the situation, but you just go through it and there's all this beautiful love and light, and you're going to get past this moment. The tower can be really frustrating, but it can also be really beautiful. So with that note, we're going to do some mirror work readings. So let me just see if there are any messages that come through. 46 just came into my head. So let me see if there's a specific message that could be helpful on that page. Okay. Are you seeing the world through critical eyes? Do you judge everything? Do you stand in self-righteousness? So many of us have such a strong habit of judgment and criticism that we cannot easily break it. I used to be a constant complainer, full of self-pity. I loved to wallow in the pits. I didn't know that I was perpetuating situations in which to pity myself. I didn't know any better in those days. It is so important to do your mirror work because it makes you acutely aware of judgments and negative self-talk and allows you to release your inner critic as soon as you can. You will never be able to love yourself until you go beyond the need to put yourself down and make life wrong. As a little baby, you were so open to life. You looked at the world with eyes of wonder. Unless something was scary or someone harmed you, you accepted life just as it was. Later, you grew up and you began to accept the opinions of others and make them your own. You learned how to criticize. What helped me eventually was that I started to listen to what I was saying. I became aware of my inner critic and I worked to stop my self-criticism. I began to say positive affirmations in front of my mirror. Okay. And then I think it also wants you to know, like, some positive affirmations that you should say to yourself for mirror work is, I love myself. I approve of myself. My opinions are valued. I release the need to criticize myself. I release the need to criticize others. So that seems very powerful. I mean, I think that there is a lot of self-criticism in these piles, especially like with the career situation, you know, like the reason I went on to say all of that information about the kernels popping and whatever is because you're comparing yourself to other people. You're your own biggest critic, you know? I mean, who needs enemies when you have an inner voice like that? It's sad. And, I've been there, and I hope that you can start looking at yourself with positivity and see the good in you, and all of your potential, and then that transformation will come. It really wanted another message, so I'm going to do this one as well. So I think another positive affirmation that I think you should write down is, today I create a wonderful new day and a wonderful new future. And when you first wake up in the morning, open your eyes and say these affirmations to yourself. Good morning, bed. Thank you for being so comfortable. I love you. This is a blessed day. All is well. I have time for everything I need to do today. Then take a few minutes to relax and let the affirmations flow through your mind, and then feel them in your heart and through the rest of your body. And then, when you're ready, go to the bathroom mirror and look deeply into your eyes. Smile at your beautiful, happy, and relaxed self looking back at you. And as you're looking in the mirror, say these affirmations. Good morning, and say your name. I love you. I really, really love you. There are great experiences coming our way today. And then say something like, oh, and you look wonderful today. You have the best smile. I wish you a terrific day. And I think that, like, the first part about the bed really reminds me of finding the blessing in your current situation. Like, if you wake up and you say, good morning, bed. I love you. Thanks so much for being so comfortable. It's like you're finding a blessing immediately upon awakening, you know? Like, it's something where you're recognizing that you have a bed to sleep in. You're recognizing that you got sleep. It sounds silly, but like, you look at this 9 of air card and it's like, wow, look at that big, beautiful bed. you know, you look around you and there's all this internal struggle, but you look around and it's like opulence, you know, there's so much to be grateful for. But when you're so focused on what you don't have and the lack, it really makes it difficult to love and experience life for its fullest potential. And then interestingly enough, I don't know if someone else watched the other pile where this happened, but I got this message again, week 3. So I don't know what that means to somebody. Please comment below if it means anything to you, but week 3 has now come through twice, and I have no idea what that means. But let's get some law of attraction cards for this pile. So pile 3, what does pile 3 need to hear? There we go. All right. We got a couple repeats from the other piles too. Okay. Illness is only a physical indicator of imbalanced energy. Illness is caused by giving thought to unwanted topics, feeling negative emotion but ignoring it, and continuing to focus upon the unwanted such that negative emotion is becoming greater, but still ignoring it and maintaining attention upon the unwanted, until, by law of attraction, still more negative thoughts and experiences are attracted. However, the illness is only the indication of your vibration, and whenever you change your vibration, the indicator will change to match the new vibration. Illness is nothing more than a physical indicator of energy out of balance. Oh my gosh. I'm feeling so thirsty. I don't know if you guys are dehydrated, because I was feeling fine like seconds ago, but please make sure you're hydrating, drink your water. It could be something where you feel like there's some sort of blockage with your throat chakra. You don't feel like you can speak your truth. You don't feel like you can communicate what you need to say. You're struggling with communication. So if anything is the case for that, like maybe doing some work around your throat chakra or solar plexus chakra, that could be really helpful for you. When I want it and allow it, I create it. The 2 factors required in the creation of anything are to want it and to allow it, or desire and belief. Usually once people have focused upon problems enough that they have disallowed their well-being and they are seriously ill, they then turn their undivided attention to the illness, thus perpetuating it more. Sometimes doctors can influence your belief in wellness if they have a process or a remedy that they believe will help you. In that case, the 2 factors that bring about your healing are the same: desire and belief. So whatever you need to heal from, or whatever you need to move forward, I would suggest that you write down your desire for that and write down your belief about your ability to achieve that. And if that belief is negative or based in the negative, I would challenge you to do something positive and to like literally cross out the negative thought, and possibly do like a burning bowl ritual to release it. And let me know if you would like me to do a burning bowl ritual or anything like that on my channel, and I'm happy to show you how to do that. But yeah, like there's just like a lot of heaviness to that, and there's a lot of pain in your hearts. There's a lot of overthinking going on. So just know that like the feelings that you have and the thoughts that you have can really impact you negatively and positively. So whatever you decide, like mode it be, like it will be. So choose happiness and choose hope. I'm learning to catch any misalignment early. This is an interesting card. So it's almost like somebody is moving too fast without really thinking it through. And then in another way, it could also be the opposite, where it's like too much thinking is going on and not enough action. Like this, where is it? I'm gonna mess up my spread here, but it's kind of like this, where it's like they just keep looking and looking and looking, and the angel's over here like, just make a decision. Like just move forward. And he's like, oh, but there's so many choices, there's so many options, how could I ever decide, And I'm seeing 4/4s again, like 4/4 again. I'm in a few different places, so please go look up angel number 44. But most people, when they feel a symptom of discomfort or sickness, begin to give their attention to the symptom and usually slide rapidly into more discomfort and misalignment. The key is to catch your misalignment early. In other words, whenever you feel negative emotion, that is your signal to reach for a different thought to immediately improve your good feeling vibrational balance. There is no condition from which you cannot recover, but it is much easier if you catch it in the early subtle stages. That's really beautiful. So I think that one thing you could start doing too is like when you catch yourself using negative self-talk, immediately recognize it and change the narrative in your head. And I said that in another pile as well. By expecting their success, I can help others improve. That's beautiful. You never help others when you allow yourself to be a sounding board for their complaints. Seeing them as you know they want to be is the most valuable thing you can do for them. When you're able to think about a person and feel good at the same time, when you love others without worry, you are an advantage to them. When you expect others to succeed, then the only thing is your association with them to your advantage. So it could be something that somebody is really seeing the beautiful things about you and you need to continue communicating to them, and they could be the person, I don't know where the card is, but there's a person that's calling, your soul family, calling your tribe, and you don't have to do it alone, like really leaning on those people. Or it could be the opposite. It could be that you have joy brought to you by uplifting others and helping set them free, and in doing so you empower yourself to do the same. Conditions that affected my parents need not affect me. Oh, that's really interesting. What appears to be an inherited tendency is usually the law of attraction's response to the thoughts that you learned from your parents. Although the cells of your body can learn vibration from those around them, your cells can only get out of alignment when you are. Your body is an extension of your thought. Your contagious or inherited negative symptoms are supported by your lack-based thoughts and could not occur in the presence of chronically positive thoughts, no matter what diseases had been experienced by your parents. Okay. And rather than seeking cures, I'll address vibrational causes. When you begin to look for and understand the vibrational causes for diseases rather than looking for cures, then you will come to the end of the pile of diseases. When you are able to deliberately accomplish the emotion of ease and its accompanying vibrational alignment, it is possible to live disease-free. When you focus upon disease, you perpetuate more disease, but you can break the cycle anytime and achieve wonderful physical wellness yourself, for your natural state is one of wellness. All right, and then bottom of the deck is my experience is a clear indication of the thoughts I think. So it's all really interrelated. Okay. I feel like it wants me to revisit it wants me to revisit the message that you have a new beginning coming. You have a new story coming. So yeah, and there's transformation right here on the bottom of the deck. So just like somebody needs to hear that. Like things are gonna change. It's gonna be okay. Like you need to know that there's a new beginning. Like even though there's positives in the situation, like things are changing. It's gonna be okay. What other messages does pile 3 need to hear, Spirit? Are there any other messages that pile 3 needs to hear? Please bring any divine messages that are for pile 3's higher good. Okay. So we've got evolution. You realize that obstacles are merely lessons on your path to love. Willingness. You are able to compromise if the end result is love. Commitment. You dedicate yourself to your beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. Yeah, so just choose love. I mean, I feel like there's just so many messages about choosing love for yourself. Let's do some self-care or self-love messages. What does pile 3 need to do for their self-care at this time? What does pile 3 need to do for their self-care at this time? Oh, good. Okay. Are there any other messages for pile 3 for their self-care? Oh my God, that just went flying through the deck. From the deck. Through the deck. Okay. I saw sound healing and singing. So if anyone is a singer or is really impacted by sounds, or they need to ground themselves, that could be a really great way to do so. Maybe that could add some playfulness to their life. Planning a vacation, just get away from your current situation. Make an altar. An altar doesn't need to be religious. It can just be a place to reflect, ground yourself. It can also be a place to connect with your ancestors, your higher self. clear your energy field. I think that's really, really important for this group. So you can clear your energy field by using sage and smudging, Palo Santo. I like the spray because I can't use smoke because I have kids around. But my favorite is probably just sound healing, which is what we saw in the deck. So you can purchase a Tibetan sound bowl. You can go on YouTube and type in sound healing for different chakras, and that will help clear your energy. So any version of that would be good. And sweet treats. So maybe you guys need to treat yourself. I mean, it sounds like you're going through a lot, and I don't know, just be kind to yourself and know that it's going to get better and it's going to be okay. Sometimes treating yourself is the best way to do it. And maybe treating yourself is to read, or to read about, the next thing that you plan to do could be helpful. And then let's just get some last universal messages here, and then we can do some charms. This one to come out, and then let's do two more. Okay. You are adored. Oh, that's so sweet. Don't be fooled by the players, and don't be fooled by yourself. There's no more lovable nor loved than you, and I know everyone. Love the universe. That you have options is meaningful. Rock on. Wow, and you have, there's just like so many options. If I could make just 2 wishes, I'd wish I could somehow convey to you the profound depths of my gratitude for every moment of your life. I'd also wish that you could somehow know of your unimaginable importance, just as you are now, to the lives of so many people. And of course, I'd wish for even more wishes. Oh shoot, you were such a good idea, the universe. You were born with that it quality. Yeah, so just know that you got it going on. You're in this place where it doesn't feel like that, but you have an it factor that other people don't have, and you need to own that. Do you know what's really beautiful? Confidence. Do you want to know what's really powerful? Persistence. Do you want to know what's really sexy? Please. I know about sexy. Not needing to be needed. And if still they don't notice your good looks, your strength, and your sachet, could you feel more sorry for them? Tally-ho, the universe. Yeah, so if someone's hating on you, at work, your relationship, whatever, screw them. Turn on your love light. Sometimes the best way to remain sane is to love like crazy. Works for me, the universe. Well, that's really beautiful. I hope you like your messages. Let's do a couple of charms. Oh my God, that's a lot. I don't know why so many still wants me to do it. Okay, well. Okay, first of all, you have a lot of evil eyes going on. We got the evil eye ring, which I'm gonna pop that on right now. Because maybe I shouldn't. Oh, it's tight. It wants to stay on. Somebody's got their eye on you. It could be good. It could be bad. It's probably both, possibly. It just said both. You got a lot of people that know you're going to be successful that are eyeing you. Look at all these eyes on you. You have that it factor. You be careful. Careful. People, yeah. There's something that's been cut out of your life, and that's been really hard. Made for an angel. There's some wisdom that's going to come into you. Possible travel. The letter V could be useful. We got the number 5. Sorry if this is hard to see. My other one is MIA right now. We've got a mermaid. A family's love is forever. Oh, somebody had a loss here or is going to. And just know that they'll always love you. They'll always be in your heart. Mike, you got to speak your truth. You got to have better communication. Careful of that. You can indulge in your drinking. The wine. We got the cat. Okay. Need to be in your solitude a little bit more. Yeah, princess. So someone needs to own their power. I think that there's so many messages here because there are so many messages in this group too. I don't even know what that is. Oh, a little witch. That's so cute. I heard basketball. Got some music notes. More wine. Maybe someone really enjoys wine. The Statue of Liberty. So somebody wants their freedom here after all this time, always. Oh, that's so sweet. I don't know if anyone likes Harry Potter here, but that's a really strong message. That Two of Cups, whoever that is, and maybe they have some Aquarius placements. That could be a sign. Possibly Sagittarius placements as well, or separately. Multiple people doing the reading. Somebody could live in Florida or be visiting Florida soon. Somebody could have dogs. Yeah, trying to navigate your situation. We've got a 6, which is good for home life. A T. Lots of 4s. And a heart. So anyway, those are your messages, pile 3. Thanks so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, comment if this resonated with you. If you have any questions or have any suggestions for future readings, I'm happy to hear them. Please leave a comment. Thanks so much for your time. Bye. Hi, pile 4. If you chose the rose quartz shard, then this is your reading. First thing that we're going to do is get a couple of these cards. So we've got Let It Go and Crystals. And we'll see if there's any additional meanings. So these are postcards channeled from Spirit. So we're going to read these next. See if we can get you some messages. Dear you, even though life seems now to be moving full steam ahead, it's a time to rest. Allow ideas to flow through you and take root in your heart before they reach your mind. Honor this process by becoming empty to allow for inspiration and the magic of dreaming. You might feel lazy or unproductive, but we know better. Just as sleep is a way to recharge before renewal, so are you in a time for dreaming. In this powerful process of co-creation, your soul merges with spirit in a profound way so you can receive your music directly from source and play your part in the symphony of life. You are being invited to bear witness to the great creation and tune into what others can't hear. We have so many dreams to share with you in the sacred and invisible. Don't worry, we will wake you when it's time to return with a new dream. No need to set an alarm clock. Loving you always. Okay, so the first thing that comes to me is really that you might be getting messages in your dreams, so it might be a good idea to keep a dream journal, and you also might be receiving messages through music. So if you continuously hear the same song kind of over and over and over again, especially I think about, if you hear one song on like a particular station and then you switch it to the next station and there it is, or, you hear it on a commercial or whatever, like that's probably a sign. You should go look up the lyrics or, have a generalized feeling about if you have a generalized feeling about how it makes you feel or what it's like, then it could be a sign. So just pay attention to those type of synchronicities, and they could really help you out. Okay, the second channeled message is, dearest you, pump up the music, bang the drums, get on up and start that hustle toward your goals and dreams. There are times to be still, but this is not one of them. Now is the time to make that first move. Say yes to life. Pick up the phone, make that decision, and take that one step toward the gods or us. Expect a cascade of changes, good news, and opportunities to show up, as if by magic. Well, we know it's really spirit and all of us moving things around for your benefit. The point is that we are saying go for it. Take positive action toward your dreams. Even if the outcome isn't an exact fit for your agenda, it will all be orchestrated by spirit and arrive in divine appropriate timing. Don't you just love how it all works? We love you so, so much. I think it's really interesting how much musical terminology there is in both of those messages. So maybe music really means a lot to you, or it plays a big role in your life somehow. And I'd say if you strayed away from it for whatever reason, you should really revisit that. We'll see if anything else comes out for you regarding that, but we're going to start with some tarot cards and just see if there are any other general messages. So Spirit, ancestors, guides, angels, please help bring any divinely guided messages for our highest good. Please help bring clarity, confidence, and accuracy to this reading. Ooh, And wow, there's a lot of messages that are trying to come out. Okay. Please help pile 4 hear anything that they need to hear at this time. Are there any other messages in this deck for pile 4? There we go. Wow. Okay. Anything else? I feel like there's one more. Is there one more message? Am I imagining that? Spirit. Okay. All right. So first one that wanted to come out was Ego, Archangel Jophiel. I'm probably saying that wrong. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. And that's really interesting because we also have on the bottom of the deck the 9 of air, so expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, and sleepless nights. So those really go hand in hand. I'm wondering if those are part of the sign for let it go, but you know, we'll continue and see. We'll see what else that we have in here. We've got the 10 of air. So the end of a difficult situation, embrace the change and expect things to get better now, recovering from an addiction. That's really fascinating too, because there was definitely messages in the postcard and letter from Spirit that was saying that times were going to get better and that there was going to be a change in the situation. And typically the 10 of air in a traditional tarot deck shows and it depicts a man who's carrying 10 wands and like basically carrying a heavy burden on their back. So it's sort of indicating that a difficult time is coming to a close. And 10 is the number of completion. So we'll see if there are more messages about that. 4 of water, missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibility. Okay. Unity, Archangel Sandalphon. Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. And then the moon, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. So there's a lot of expecting the worst, worst case scenario, fear-based thinking here. It's interesting because it's almost like you're feeling trapped and wearing a mask, and that there was some sort of opportunity that you feel like you missed and now you just feel stuck in place. And I think that this is really a sign from Spirit that you need to let that go. Just know that if it's not happening, it was never meant for you. And if it's meant to happen, it will be. So just sort of let go whatever the situation is that you're stressing about, that you're fearing. If you're expecting the worst, then there's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy there. You know, if you're losing sleep over this situation, the end of this difficult situation is coming. So you're going to embrace the change. And hopefully expect things to get better. And once you get into that mindset of letting go and expecting them to get better, then things probably will get better. You might be stuck in some traditional viewpoints, or really just being stuck in a place of irritability is coming through, frustration, and just kind of generalized stubbornness. If you're getting any sort of insights or intuitive messages, I would encourage you to really own those, because there are events behind the scenes that you aren't aware of, and it might be something where even though you're expecting the worst and there's a situation that seems really bad, that it's a blessing in disguise to either not have it, or it's something where it's in the works and you just don't see what's going on yet, but things will be cleared up for you eventually. The Knight of Air, so intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options and creative solutions. So I think that once we do get into this energy of the difficult situation ending and you start to embrace that change, these other events are going to come through very quickly. So you see this horse and he's riding it, and you can see he can almost like not even control where he's headed because it's so much energy and so much movement. So just know that there's so much air energy here. Oh, that's funny. I just realized that I described the 10 of Wands and not the 10 of Swords. So I was imagining a burden. So maybe you feel some sort of a burden on you. What's interesting is that the 10 of air in traditional tarot, now that I'm thinking of it, because it's swords, is actually somebody laying on the ground and just having 10 swords right in their back and just being like completely done, completely defeated. It's just kind of like a really difficult situation and it can't get any worse. So I don't know if that's a message for somebody too, is that like, you know, it's only up from here, but maybe there's some reason that I channeled sort of the quote unquote wrong card for that. There needs to be some sort of a balance. So this is the Temperance card, Archangel Zadkiel, the need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise, wait for the perfect timing. So just know that like, you know, releasing your fears is something that you need to do, but timing is everything. And it might be something where even though you're in this fear-based energy, there's some sort of protection going on and that things will happen in divine timing. So you just need to be patient and just trust in the divine. I'm starting to feel a little bit winded, so I don't know if you're stressing about a particular situation or just feeling like really overburdened, but let's get some additional clarification cards on that. Spirit, can you provide any sort of additional guidance for pile 4 regarding any messages that need to be heard at this time? Okay. Okay, I think that it just wants this one. No, I guess not. Okay, so watching clouds, lie back, rest, and relax. So yeah, maybe you just need to be taking some time for yourself at this point. You know, really rest, read a book. You know, make some coffee or some tea. Like really, just take some time for yourself, and take time to let go of that situation. You're protected by angels, so you are cherished by the angels. It's funny because it's like, I look at this card and I think like this angel, it's like, I think it's a he. It's like he knows that greater times are ahead for you, and it's almost like he's kind of smirking about the fact that he has these great plans for you and that he's watching over you. And it's kind of like, oh, they're not trusting in it. And all they need to do is let go. All they need to do is ask for my help. And at some point they will. It's almost like this smug energy. And I'm not saying your angels are smug, but what I am saying is that like they know, like the spirits around you know that things are going to turn out and things are about to take a turn for the better. Yeah, rainbow blessings. So blessings are showering your life. So like, yeah, it's like the angel is looking at this and being like, oh, you just don't know. Like pretty soon all these blessings are going to be flowing in. You're going to be thanking us. You're going to know. You're going to know it was us. We're looking out for you. It's a funny kind of energy. And there might even be somebody, I just got a message, there might even be somebody in your life who is blonde. I don't know, I just heard, and tall. Blonde and tall, who might be really looking out for you. It's a really strange thing to say, but take it as it resonates. Are there any? Oh, okay. Can you be a little bit more specific, please, Spirit? Are there any other messages in this deck for pile 4 at this time? Miracles. Expect the wonders to emerge. Yeah, so you just need to believe it's going to happen, and it's going to happen for you. And just kind of sit back, relax, know that the universe has your back, and that things are going to get better. You're about to move into this Knight of Air energy, and you're going to have a lot more balance in your life. I do see the moon, so it's not like things are still a little bit unknown. Possibly you're in this place where you're feeling a little bit just kind of like driving yourself crazy over worrying, and you just need to let it go, whatever the situation is. And you know which situation I'm talking about. It's different for everybody, but there's a situation that is driving you nuts, and you just need to let it go, let it be. One more message here. Let's see. Stay focused, so hold the course. Yeah, just know that things are coming your way. They might seem really far away, but they're not as far as they seem. And you just have to enjoy the journey. yeah, it's like you're so focused on the end goal that you're not enjoying the journey along the way. And the wandering path, it's like enjoy the little moments leading up to it, because that is really where a lot of the blessings are, is what I'm getting. Yeah, and make sure that when you do take that action, that you're being passionate, and that you are courageous and really going full in, like be all in. Whatever decision it is that you decide to make, go all in. I don't know what that means to you guys watching, but somebody needs to hear it. There's this fear-based energy, and you just need to be all in. Say, I'm all in. Take that leap of faith. What other messages does pile 4 need to know at this time? What other messages does pile 4 need to know? This is a weird energy. It's really interesting, because it's almost like frustrated but stagnant, and like, I don't know if that's how you're all feeling, but okay, there's a lot of cards here. So let's see. Yeah, it's like you're feeling defeated. You have this beautiful sword that like you could use to inspire yourself and communicate with, and it's like you're very I feel almost at a loss for words. So it's almost like you have this amazing ability to communicate, but for whatever reason, you need to adjust the way you're communicating. So the communication style you've been using isn't getting through to people. It isn't working, and you need to shift gears. And just know that you're being divinely protected. Like whatever is supposed to happen, it will happen. And maybe you're feeling like in this almost like immature and young mindset, and just sort of defeated and depleted is the word that just came to mind too. So, and possibly alone, the word alone just came through, and I'm sorry if that's what you're going through. So 8 of water, yeah, you're searching for something. You want to feel empowered, and it's like you see the path in front of you, but it feels like something's standing in your way, but really like it feels like everything is falling away, and that you're just searching for something, but you don't even know what you're searching for. You're like, you need to open, you need to open your eyes to all of the possibilities. You're feeling like you're in this place of being discontent. Like you have all of these cups, and you're just kind of throwing them all over, and you're like, ugh, like I don't want any of these. And it's really unfortunate. Yeah, you're in your feelings. Like there's a king of water, and I'm getting the feeling that there's somebody in your life who is really trying to understand you, is really compassionate and trustworthy, and they're really over here just kind of pouring their heart out to you, and you just, I just sort of don't want to hear it. But it's either, I think for some of you, it's going to be that you don't want to hear it. For other people, you just don't believe it. Like it's hard, because you are in this mindset of being defeated. And when you have you keep your head down, and you don't want to see that there are people who are trying to help you. There are people who love you. I just heard the way that you are, and it's hard on you. It's hard on them. It's like it's hurting their heart to see you go through this, and they want to be there for you. Yeah, you're in this 5 of water energy. There's disappointment and regret, and like you need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive other people. You have like 3 cups spilled over here, and you're just weeping over them. Like whatever the situation is, like I continue to say, let it go, let it go. You can even use crystals to help heal the situation. The fact that you chose the pile that has the rose quartz means that it could even be that you require additional self-love. It's sort of crying over spilled milk over here. But at the same time, what's interesting is you've got two full cups up here, and you could concentrate on the 2 full cups and think about the fact that you're still abundant in other ways, but instead you're just weeping over the 3 that you spilled. So I think it could mean that you need a perspective change, and it could be something where you just need to forgive yourself and forgive others about the situation, and move forward with that forgiveness in mind. Yeah, and just being generally regretful. There's a lot of 5s in this picture. So it might be something where you need to move toward changing your mindset, changing the way, I just heard changing the way you treat people. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know if you're regretting the way you treated somebody. That might not resonate for everybody, but maybe you're disappointed in the way that you acted and you're just kind of, oh, I just heard the word ashamed. And if you're ashamed of something that you've done, you know, you can either like sit there, oh wow, spirit, like this is, just heard sit there and cry about it, or stand up and do something. And that's not coming from me. That's coming from somebody's guide. So I'm sure that's a very specific message for somebody. Take it as it resonates. Knight of Fire. So you need more confidence and to find something that you feel passionate about again. You know, like it's really interesting. We just gotta have like a lot of really sad cards here. Honestly, like it's sad. It's really depressing. And the Knight of Fire over here, he's loving life. Like look at him. He's taking a jog. He's in shape, smiling. Like he's living his best life. He's just like in a field of beautiful greenery. You know, probably picked an apple on his jog. I don't know. This is so silly. But I mean, you need to find something that you're passionate about again. And, you know, you're in this mindset of discontent and boredom and frustration and irritation, and you have all of these interests and all these hobbies is what I'm seeing. And you're hyper focused on whatever is making you really sad. And it's like, all you need to do is forgive and heal. And you're just in this, I just heard stubborn energy. For whatever reason, you don't. It's almost like you don't want to heal is what they just said. You don't want to heal. I find that troubling because I don't know if that's for everybody, but sometimes a victim mentality is a really serious thing and it's difficult to get out of. So I don't know, be careful about that. Transformation. Yeah, you need a life change. You need something to set you free from this sadness, and you need to come to realize like what's causing you to feel this way, and know that there's lights on up here. So like whatever place that you need to go to, it's almost like this person is being led, like somebody is leading the way for you with their light, and you like let the light on just in case. It's almost like you're not trusting the process of moving forward. It's like you're leaving a light on at home as some sort of security measure. And it's interesting because it's like whoever's at home, I don't know why I said whoever's at home. Somebody is at home that's stifling you. There's somebody that, I don't want to say that you're living with, this is a specific message, but somebody here has someone at home that is really stifling them, and somebody is trying to show them the way and say like, kind of get out of here, get out of the situation, transform the situation. You need this change, liberated. You need more freedom for yourself. And they're kind of hesitant. They're like, oh, this way? Like, are you sure it's this way? Like, I left the light on. I might just go back in. It's just like really funny. And the time to go on this path is sort of running out. And instead of realizing that it's, you know, about changing yourself and changing your life and going confidently and being adventurous, you're kind of like, oh, I don't know. Like, I think I'm just going to go back into my, like, it's stormy out, maybe another day. I think I'm just going to go back into my castle and just hang. It's just, I don't know. It's a funny energy. Renewal, so reflection, self-evaluation, and rebirth. So I really do think that you need something new to change and transform here. Got the 9 of Fire, protection, preparedness, and resilience. I see that somebody has planted a lot of roots, and they've bloomed and blossomed in so many places and in so many ways that they just don't want to leave. Like, they don't want to leave that tower. Like, even if, like, this staff is a lot bigger and just a lot, I don't know, almost like more promising. It makes me like think about this person as a leader almost, and instead of like stepping into their power, they're just kind of like protecting what they've built instead, so they could move forward and take this large staff and like really like guide the way for other people or do something for themselves or gain more freedom, or I don't know. But instead they're in this mindset of protecting what they've built instead of growing further, if that makes any sense. And what they've built is really beautiful. You know, there's all of this abundance and growth and beauty on these staffs of all of the things that they've created. But it's almost like there's still so much more that the world has to offer, that they have to offer the world. And instead of going out and, you know, having a rebirth and self-evaluating, they're just kind of like, nah, I think I'll just stay here. Like, look how much I've done, you know, like I don't need to transform, do I? I mean, look at where I'm at. I'm doing great for myself. Oh, this is interesting. And then justice, fairness, the law, karma. Oh, so maybe this has to do with the 5 of water situation. Whatever you are disappointed about, regretting, or think you need to forgive. If you don't forgive it, karma's going to come back around. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, man. I would say there's a lot of focus for me on this part, the third eye. Like, I just said third eye. It's not. It's the crown chakra. It's not in her third eye. But anyway, I said that for a reason. Use your intuition, basically. Like, use your intuition regarding, like, what is fair regarding the situation, like, concerning the situation. What do you need to do to bring back balance to the situation? Choose your words carefully. Choose them wisely. Words matter. Intent matters. Oh, I just heard, like, apologies matter. Okay. Take that as it resonates, I suppose. Let's see. Let's try to get some additional clarity here. What else does pile 4 need to know, Spirit? What else do my pile 4 viewers need to know? This timeless message. Okay. That's a bunch. Okay. Pluto rebirth. That's so interesting. We've got 2 rebirths. So that's really important. I mean, there needs to be a rebirth here. Yeah, and this reminds me of that tower. Like, there's the Midhaven. You're sort of in this castle of completion. You have everything, but it's like, do you have everything? Like, are you at this point? Like, can you let it go? I don't know. I'm not really sure why this card, so I might clarify that one. The Hearth. That to me is like finding your passion. It's almost like you have this passion and it's being so deeply guarded, and I'm hearing like that's your heart. So it's like your heart's on fire for something, whether that be a person or a hobby or a place or a thing, and instead of just like letting it be passionate, letting it be on fire, you are guarding that. Like, you got your walls up. You don't want to let anyone in, like to the point of letting the fire burn out. You don't want to let anyone in. You're too afraid. Taurus, cultivate. So just continue cultivating like what you're doing. I think that whatever action you're taking, do it with passion. Yeah, and then debilitated. It might bring you discomfort. Whatever path you need to take, it might not be the easiest path. And so you have the option of just kind of staying where you are in this 9 of fire energy, where it's just like, yep, this is what I built. I'm just going to stay here. It's more comfortable. Or you can choose to ascend. But that road is a lot more windy. It's a lot more challenging, and you don't know where it leads. I mean, look at all these staircases. Look at all these options that you have. And you can choose to keep climbing and to keep learning about yourself and growing and doing. Or you can protect what you've already done and just kind of stay stagnant. And you have to choose which one you want to do. But there are a lot of 5s in this reading. So to me, it's indicative of needing a change. The first house is arrival. So this is Aries energy. So again, like a lot of fire, a lot of passion, and just like really exploring that. What is your soul called to do? So I'm going to use the work your light magic because I think that's a perfect segue into this. What is pile 4's calling? What are they called to do? What is this change that they need? Please bring any divine messages that pile 4 needs to hear today. This is a timeless reading, so anytime the viewers are listening. Ooh. What are some messages for this pile? There we go. Oh, that one really, okay. Okay, so back of the deck energy is leap. You go first and the universe will catch you. So somebody's not like trusting in the universe and the situation. Like, again, I think that there is discomfort in just staying in what you know. And you know that there's more out there for you. You know that yeah, it's really interesting because I'm looking at this person and it's like they're being attuned, like in Reiki, there's light that comes through your crown chakra and you essentially just learn more. And there's so much more for you to learn. And instead of like, you know, you're learning that and you know that, and instead of taking the leap, you're kind of like, this is you. You're kind of backing up like, oh, I don't know. Do I really want to go there? It's pretty comfortable over here on the ledge. That looks a little scary. Is the universe really going to catch me? Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? Yeah, same thing. There's some calling that you know that you're supposed to have. There's something that you know that you're meant to do, or someone you know that like you're supposed to be with, like calling your soul tribe, those kind of things. And it's like you're sort of peering out from behind and kind of like, do I want to go there? I don't know. I'd kind of rather stay hidden. And you're missing out, you know, like there's your guard is up. And like, do you want to live the rest of your life wondering if you've addressed your deepest calling? I don't know. Like, that's your decision to make, but it seems sad. Align your life. What is that align that needs to change? Yeah, it's the same message over and over and over again. Like, something is not lining up. You're trying to protect this version of you or this life that it might be really great, but there's something missing and you don't want to explore what is missing because it jeopardizes everything else. Keepers of the earth, you're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So yeah, just know that you're supported and you can do anything. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Yeah, so I think that you are learning what you need to do and you need to take that leap of faith. All right, and then we have the initiator. So rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So it could be something right now where you're in the cave and you've learned the cave, you know the cave, but really it's something where you want to come out into this light. You know that there's light, you know that there's something else for you. But it's just so comfortable where you are that you don't want to move. It's really strange. I'm smelling permanent marker. I don't know why I would be smelling that. I don't know if that means something to somebody. Maybe somebody's like big into crafting. Maybe it's just something where they see their current life is permanent and they just don't want to move. They are standing their ground. They are standing in what they're in, and they're being stubborn. But you know what, that's your own kill. Oh, I just heard that's your funeral. Oh man, the spirit's not messing. It's not messing today. Okay, let's get some messages for pile 4 for crystals, especially because we've got the crystals coming out over here, the original one. So let's see what crystals that they need for their path. Maybe this will help open you up. Be less stubborn. I heard that's so funny, spirit. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay, lapis lazuli. Make a decision. Oh, it's like, come on. I feel like I feel kind of giddy. I feel like spirit is kind of taunting you and almost like daring you. Like, I dare you to do this. Like, make a decision already. Like, are you gonna stay in like this energy that you've built and that you're comfortable in, or are you gonna like come out of your comfort zone? Like, it's kind of like a dare. It's like, I dare you. I dare you to live your dream. I dare you to live your life to the fullest and to come out of that cave. What do you think? It's like taunting you. Crido praise. allow yourself to receive. This is a really special stone for the heart chakra too. So like if there's something heavy weighing on your heart, let that go. Like let Christ of praise, I'm saying it wrong. Let it be something that you allow yourself to heal, that like there's a heart chakra healing that needs to happen here. And for whatever reason, like I think it's going back to that forgiveness and those problems. Like allow yourself to receive love from others. Maybe you're guarding your heart so much that you don't feel like you deserve to receive, is what I just heard. Iolite, shift your money mindset. Okay, so maybe you're in this place of lack, or in a fear-based mindset of lack for money, and that's why you're maybe that's why you're standing in your ground. Ooh, that was a strong message that just came through actually. So maybe you are comfortable where you're at financially, and that's why you don't want to move. Like there's this fear that if you follow your dream or your path and go into the light, that you're giving up that security, and you feel like you will protect it for all that you can. Amethyst, trust your intuition. So you need to figure out what makes sense for you, and you need to trust that. And if something is intuitively guiding you, like, you know, trust that there's some sign there. It's a weird thing to say. I don't know why spirit just came through like that, but it could also be our pile 3 had this amethyst, so it could also be a sign that if you were drawn to pile 3 as well, maybe there are some messages for you in there. There were a lot of messages in pile 3. Like, wow. So it's very likely and possible that there's messages, but only go if you're called. And then apophyllite, I'm probably saying that wrong, but stay positive. Just positive thinking. Excessive worry is not going to help you. There's a lot of fear-based mindset in this pile, in this group. So, you know, just do what you can to stay in a positive mindset. All right. I'm going to get some positivity cards here. So let's do some positive affirmations. I think this group could use that at this point. Oh, man. Okay. What are some positive affirmations that pile 4 viewers need to hear? What are some messages that they need to hear to come through? Wow. Having trouble finding my words here, so it might be something where you're kind of tripping up on what to say. Maybe there's a situation where, especially I just heard the forgive situation, like maybe you want to heal that and you just have no idea what to say to that person, or you don't know what to say in the situation to express how you're feeling. Maybe you're at a loss for words. Yeah, it's like you want harmony in that situation and you just don't know how to get it. That's sad. Okay. So harmony, you're able to feel a loving, balanced connection with everything. Okay. So that might be part of let it go. I felt very called to put it underneath there. Cause and effect. You are aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. Okay. Virtue. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. So maybe in following your light and following your path, it's not just about you, it's about the greater good. It's about learning and growing for other people as well. Present. You live in the moment and are able to bring forth the energy of love in your current circumstances. So I think living in the present and letting it go, not being in a fear-based mindset. Elevation, you're making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. Part of me is thinking, I'm smiling, I'm smirking right now because spirit's kind of like, oh, you'll choose the right path. Like, I challenged you. Like, you're going to elevate. You're not going to stay in this 9 of Wands mindset, are you? Like, make a decision. Make that decision to take that leap of faith. Make that decision to elevate yourself. Like, what's it hurt? And I think you're sitting there and saying like, well, what it hurts potentially is my security. And it's like, is your security worth your freedom? Purpose. You possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. That's really beautiful. All right. And let's get some more universal messages. Oh, that one really wanted to come out. Okay. It just popped right out of there. What are some messages from the universe that pile 4 viewers need to hear? What are some messages from the universe that pile 4 viewers need to hear? You are adored. Oh, that's really sweet. Don't be fooled by the players, and don't be fooled by yourself. There's no one more lovable nor loved than you, and I know everyone. Love the universe. So you are adored, you're divinely protected. Like, that's a really special card. And there isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. Oh, wow. The only difference between a friend and a foe is that you've decided where love can grow. Oh, the universe. Oh my goodness. That's quite the message. So, I just heard a little louder for the guys in the back. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to read this again. There isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. I feel like this is going to make some of you guys have a big head, but I think that this is a message that's really fascinating. The only difference between a friend and a foe is that you've decided where love can grow. Yeah, I mean, it just says it all, right? Like, you've decided where love can grow. Like, if you're the one who's deciding whether someone is a friend or someone is an enemy, it all depends on the type of interest, the type of energy that you put into them and that you receive, like through your perception, I guess. That's a weird way to put it, but yeah, this is a really interesting card. I've never seen that one before. And then this. It's like, it's spirits taunting you again. You know what to do. In all battles of the heart over the mind, go with your heart, because truly it's a lot easier for your mind to catch up with your heart than for your heart to catch up with your mind, a whole lot. Not that I don't love your mind, the universe. So really beautiful message there. Let's do some self-care cards, and then I'm going to read from my mirror workbook. And we're going to do a couple of passages from there, depending on what we're called for, and then we'll do some charms if I'm feeling called. Okay, Spirit, what is some self-care that, wow, that freaking flew out of the deck. Ooh, okay. Okay, that's a lot. A Spirit, they just have a ton. They just need to do everything, all the self-care. All the self-care. Okay, let's do one more message, because you had Spirit had 5 more that just flew out, so. Is there any one more specific message that needs to come through for pile 4 self-care? Rest. Oh, yeah. Rest. And I just heard, it'll come to you in your dreams. So maybe there's some sort of solution that will come to you about how to move forward, how to progress, and to keep your safety, keep your security, but how to move. I don't know. Strange to say it like that. Bats might have some sort of significance. I'm seeing some symbolism there. That might just be related to transformation, though, because I just heard the word transformation. This is one that flew. Sync with the moon. Interesting. Okay, so maybe watch the moon's patterns and see how they affect you, how they impact you. Possibly watch some moon readings, around full moons, new moons, and then also you could study the moon and to get in sync with that. So I was reading a book recently about how if you want to get a new job and have an interview or have a better love life or whatever, depending on what day you start or have those moments, if they sync with the moon, they can help or be a detriment to you. I don't know if that means anything for the purpose of you, but I thought I would mention it. Ground yourself. So definitely a good message for everybody in general. Oh, meditate. I was just about to say, and meditate. Yeah, because we've got 2 right here. I mean, it's basically the same card. And then take a walk. So maybe you need to reconnect with nature. That's what I just heard. Take a walk, really reflect on it. I've got that blonde again. That was this reading, right? Am I imagining that? Yeah, there's a blonde woman that's watching up here. Maybe there's a blonde woman that you go on walks with or should go on walks with, and that will help. That's really interesting. because there's a blonde woman that you're currently going on walks with, but it's almost like, for some of you, this is a specific message. You're thinking of a woman that's brunette with long brown hair. And so even though you're like physically present with this woman, your mind is on this other woman. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go there. That's a lot. That's a lot to digest. And hydrate. Yeah, make sure you're hydrating. That's important. But when you're hydrated, you're gonna feel better. And it's interesting because it's almost like this water is feeding into her third eye. So when you're hydrated, you're gonna be able to make better decisions. Your intuition's gonna be heightened. You're just gonna feel better all around. All right, let's do some mirror work guidance here. Okay, I'm called to the number 44, so I'm going to turn to that page, and then I just turned to 1. So let me see. I just said 1, so I don't know. I'm going to turn to page 1, and then I'm going to turn to page 44 because that's the one. 44 is a blank page. Again, one of the only pages in the whole book that's blank. That's really fascinating. So maybe you just need a blank slate. Maybe like whatever you need to let go, you just need to start new. You need a new beginning. You need a blank slate. You need to really have a new beginning, like whatever it is. That's really odd. Okay. And then welcome. Yeah, welcome that blank slate. Welcome that thing, and welcome loving yourself. That's what I'm getting from that. Okay, and then we're going to read this one. Affirming, declaring, deserving, and allowing are the steps to attracting riches far greater than you could ever win in a lottery. Open your consciousness to new ideas about money and it will be yours. If you want to bring more money and prosperity into your life, repeat these affirmations with feeling. I am a magnet for money. Prosperity of every kind is drawn to me. At work, I am deeply appreciated and well compensated. I live in a loving, abundant, harmonious universe, and I am grateful. I am open to the unlimited prosperity that exists everywhere. The law of attraction brings only good into my life. I move from poverty thinking to prosperity thinking, and my finances reflect this change. Good comes to me from everywhere and everyone. I express gratitude for all the good in my life. Each day brings wonderful new surprises. I pay my bills with love, and I rejoice as I write out each check. Abundance flows freely through me and from me is what I just heard. Okay. I deserve the best, and I accept the best now. I release all resistance to money and allow it to flow joyously into my life. My good comes from everywhere and everyone. Wow. All right. That's really interesting. Okay. So maybe some of the fears that you're having, really are based in money. Maybe that security is financial security, and that's why you don't want to step out of the cave. And you're like secure where you're at and like in your finances. And if you were to move forward, maybe you wouldn't be secure anymore, or at least there's like an illusion of security where we're at right now. So anyway, that was a lot. I guess let's get a couple of charms. But I just feel like that was a lot to unfold. Oh, that's interesting. It's the first time that we've gotten a couple of the dice in here. It looks like Capricorn and Mercury, I think. Maybe I should look that up. Correct me if I'm wrong here. So if I'm wrong, like, please leave the comments. I'm still learning. Don't blast me or anything. And every fair from fair sometimes declines. It kind of reminds me of like, sometimes you get your hopes up about something, and then when it doesn't live up to your expectations, you just give up on it instead of working on it. And sometimes the feelings that you have for somebody or something or a situation ebb and flow. And that, like, just because it feels like love is lost for that person, that thing, that situation, doesn't mean that, like, it won't come back. Sometimes it declines because of circumstances, but it's almost like if you work on it, you try to work out the kinks and you try to improve and you have faith. Look at all these faith. It's like have faith, have faith, have faith in it. Work on it, work on it. Then you can have everything. I just heard, are you ready to change? Like the leaves are changing. It's like, are you ready for that change? And it's like, be kind, be compassionate, happy, thankful, brave, strong, free, true, live in peace, go in peace. All right. Well, thanks so much for, I should have done that. Thanks so much for coming, pile 4. If you liked this reading and it resonated, please like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, comment down below if I messed up those dice at all and you know the meanings of them. I need to memorize them. And comment and let me know if this resonated with you, if there are any additional messages that you'd like to receive, if there is another reading that you would